Going live, going live, going live, and we are live. Shout out to Mervin the Point, Jamaica Kurt. Thank you for being the first one in this morning. Shout out to Marie's Message 411 TV. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel, whatever it is your job description is. Shout out to the techies. Shout out to the engineers. Shout out to the AC techs. Shout out to the chefs in kitchens, secretaries in offices. Shout out to my fellow content creators on YouTube like Marie's Message 411 TV and Lovely Aneka, who are both in the chat right now. Extra special shout out, big up to the people who wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself. Here we are on this beautiful Tuesday morning, and today is June 10th, 2025, and we are happy to be here. Absolutely happy to be here, feeling good and upful, and these kind of things have nothing to complain about, right? Them say even if you complain, nobody now listen anyways, but that's not why. We just don't have nothing to complain about because life is good. Life is good indeed, and we give thanks. Yes. All right. Let's Bond TV. Big up yourself, Devin Gale. Thank you for being here. BM Onika St. John, Senior Sexy, Dorothy T. Thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate you greatly. Sharon Spence. Nisha is in the building. Michelle Taylor, RN, is here with us. Put some respect on the RN part. Karen Notice is here as well. Thank you for being here. Kaz Robinson, Wayne Nathan. Freedom Earners is in the building. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. Dion Ricketts is here also with us this morning. Stacy Ann, Audrey Wright, Grace James, thank you for being here as well. PG, thank you for being here. Let me see. All right. Here we are. Anthony Vaz. Thank you for every time I say the name Anthony Vaz, I feel like say a Vaz. They are the politician Vaz that's in the chat. But I know it's not. All right. Dorothy T, thank you for being here. Big up yourself. We have a couple of things to talk about this morning. We have we have a question session, 8 questions. I know y'all enjoy the questions. I don't know if the questions are going to be so enjoyable this morning, but they always are engaging and give us a chance to kind of like get to know each other, kind of thing. Not true? All right, Razzie daughter, thank you for being here. And who else? Freedom Earner says, I'm always here, brother, every day. I just don't have the hands to be active in the chat all the time, but I'm fully in support. All right. Big up yourself, Freedom Earners, and thank you. Appreciate you greatly. So, these are our topics this morning that are on the table, right? The Trinidad promoter of the event that Vybz Kartel and Sizzla Kalonji was supposed to perform at, that promoter claims now that his life is in danger. And we're going to talk about that just a little bit. Ricky Trooper's daughter that was killed in the United States of America, he got some kind of justice. The last time we covered that story, he was found guilty. He was convicted of the murder. And now he has been sentenced. We're going to cover that just as an update. We're going to talk about the LA riots. Well, the LA protest, not riots. It could have been a riot. It turned into something like that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it along the lines of what the president did, his response to it, the governor's response to him, and all these other kind of things, where this is going. And then, we say this on this channel all the time. Are we affecting change? I tell people all the time, say, I don't plan to live in the United States of America all my life. I don't want to age out here. So like many people, they go overseas. There are people who were born and raised in the US who have chosen to go overseas in their retirement years You know, that part of your life where you're winding down and you want to enjoy life now. So they start looking for good places to retire, places that are safe, places where their dollars can stretch a bit more. After all, that's the end phase of your life. Not really to say end, but that's the other half of your life, right? The winding down part of your life. So you're gonna want to stretch your dollars. Some people end up with not a lot of money saved up, not a lot of money in their 401k, and Social Security don't bring in enough. They didn't have any investments or any. Just not everybody make millions of dollars by the time they are retired. So you have to go figure out now, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. So how do I sustain myself? Kind of thing. I, for one, do not want to retire and age out in the United States of America because I've been in the healthcare field and I see what people who age out here go through. And a lot of it has very little dignity in it. So me not feel like more age out, yes, sir, at all. I just feel like there's a better way of life for me at a later age. Plus, I have things planned that has nothing to do with aging and anything. It just has to do with another part of life. You know what I mean? To give back, contribute, be a part of, etc. before you exit. Hopefully, some of what I have planned goes that way. You know, life go already. You plan, God plans something else. Somewhere you fall in the middle of it. That's so I can work with that kind of thing. So, with that said, we're going to talk about. I always say this when I speak about what's going on in Jamaica, I don't speak about it because me, I look for views and likes. I speak about it because I'm a Jamaican that is connected to Jamaica. I speak about it because that is where my other half of my life is going to be. I speak about it because I think I am in a position to help to affect change. I've pointed out a couple of things to y'all before where nobody was talking about these things. Nobody was doing anything about these things until this platform, you, Uno, and me, right? That's all. Beat it and beat it and beat it until boom, they started saying the same things we were saying, and then they put action in place. Of course, they're not going to come out and say they heard it here, but we just glad because we're not looking for the accolades either. We're just glad when what we have been saying here finally goes into action. God know, albeit sometimes it takes years, but to see it happen, cause here what? Here's the truth. May I try change a couple things in Jamaica before it's my time to go there. I know say, okay, life is the other way around now, where I live there most of the year and I visit the US and other places every now and then, or once a year, or twice a year maybe, that kind of stuff. So the things I want changed or the things I want to be better, and it's for me personally. It's selfish, but it's for me. But it's also on a broader level. It's for everybody else, right? Check this out. The government has invested more than $500 million in modern technology for the Jamaica Constabulary Force this year. Yeah, I know election is coming up and they're throwing out these big numbers about what them invest in and every road gets fixed and every community without water suddenly has water and all these things because it's election time, right? So the administration has to look really good so them can win the election again. We get the old trick. Them do that all the time. However, there's something significant here that I know for a fact came from this audience right here on this platform, and we're gonna get into it too. Well, if you're proud of myself, because it's not me. It's not me alone. And I say it all the time to the audience. If it was me alone, I would literally just be here a talking head. It's the audience. It's you who activate this. It's you who, once it is on the table, you turn it into a real topic, right, for discussion. And then others see, and those who are supposed to see, those who have power to do something with what they see, eventually they hear it and they start moving in that direction. It makes me feel very proud. It makes me feel very proud. Yes, Nisha, you know what, Nisha? You see, since you are so on point, I'm going to start out with that one this morning. Me don't want to go no further. I was going to say, everybody, Trinidad Bay, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. I was going to say, you choose where we start. But since I'm already talking so much and Nisha actually said it, I'm loving enough for this. That's why I know I'm not just talking foolishness. You're on point, my friend. It's exactly that. So let's start right there. And then the next one you can pick, right? All right, we're starting off in Jamaica this morning. The government invests more than 500 million in modern technology for the Jamaica Constabulary Force this year, says Chang. Kingston, Jamaica. So, since the start of the year, I want to know, listening up. You are affecting change. You are affecting change. Since the start of the year, the government has invested more than $500 million in modern technology for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Harsh Chang, said the investment has significantly improved the tools that are available for officers, ensuring they are better equipped and more connected and more efficient. Of course, you know me. I said better equipped. How? More connected. How? Because anybody could come out and just say that. Moa, you give me the specifics. Well, he said it does reduce, in many ways, the tension between the community and the police. There is a whole culture of the difficulty of getting evidence in serious cases. But when they are aware that we have quality, scientific evidence, we get less attack on the police. Haven't I been saying that? That's exactly what I said about the body cameras as well. Instead of people going off of what they think, right? No shootout never go on, kill the youth and put gun on him. Or gathering in the streets to say, I lie the police, them tell nothing no go so. Could you imagine if the police only had video footage? I see it happen here in the US all the time. People are getting ready to protest. People are saying it's lie them telling, that's not how it went. I've seen videos convict police officers of wrongdoing, and I've seen videos exonerate police officers, and everybody who was doubting that that's how the situation went, cause him a good boy, him would have never do such a thing. Lie the police are tell upon him, shoot him down. And after they see the video, they have no choice but to just say, ah, it is what it is. You know, good job, officer. It opens up for the people to trust the police more, and they can start working hand in hand. Police alone can't clean up Jamaica, and the people alone can't clean up Jamaica. It's going to take law enforcement, hand in hand work with the people, but two people can't work together if they don't trust each other. And there is a big distrust in Jamaica when it comes to our police force, because we know that there are good ones, but we also know for a fact that there are a lot of corrupted ones in the ranks. So when we ask for the help of technology, it is for these reasons. Oftentimes, things happen in communities and neighborhoods where these areas are volatile. And, you know, a lot of people say stuff like, me not say nothing because the people them around there, them know who do it, but them not say nothing to the police. So them for go through it. And I always say to my audience, I want you to put yourself in those people's shoes when you have seen people who stood up and say, I want to clean up my community. So me I go tell the me not care if them call me informer, me I tell. Anything me see going around there, me I tell them end up dead. Me I put up my video camera, make sure say the place under surveillance, them end up get shot up. But gunman come tell them, take down the Ross camera, boy. You must say, me not take it down, you know, executed. Right? So people get afraid. Them catch them afraid. They don't know who to trust. They can't trust the police. You've seen people go tell police something and next thing them end up dead. We've seen cases where the police was definitely connected to the gunman them in the area. I'm having police brethren them, XYZ. So the people afraid, right? And because of that, we have a problem solving crime or reducing the number of certain type of incidents that are happening. I've also always said this. Me not too care about the robbery and them thing there. You know, nobody wants to be robbed. But You see, if you're gonna rob me and don't kill me, it's all right. Me will survive. Material things don't equal my life. You can rob me, take what you want, take. I'll be okay. If it so comes that you should rob me, just don't kill me. Because they be killing people for no reason. You're gonna rob a man, you just end up killing the man for no reason. And you don't even get enough money or stuff off of him to last you not even a day or two. So what you kill the man for, right? So the murder rate is super scary, and they are making significant changes to the murder rate. Again, albeit it's election year, and a part of me is saying they could have done this a long time ago. This administration has been in power now for a decade. They could have done this a long time ago. I've watched over the years the murder rate just increase and increase and increase. And then suddenly it's election year, and they have almost cut the murder rate in half so far, which tells me that it's doable, but it also tells me that they could have done this sooner. He was addressing an opening at the Denhamtown, Jamaica. I need you to listen to this part. Dr. Harris Chang was addressing the opening of the Denhamtown, Jamaica Eye Monitoring Center. Jamaica Eye is Jamaica's CCTV system. Now, when they got to the monitoring center, I said, this is our audience. This is our discussion. How long have we talked about CCTV system with central monitoring points? Not just CCTV system with central monitoring points. And I keep telling everybody, say, I get this idea. I got this idea from watching. I watch kind of videos like, I love watch documentaries. And then I love watch like developing cities and how big cities are ran around the world and how they combat crime and violence in these cities and how law enforcement works with the local population or XYZ. And I told y'all I was struck by how London in the UK, London is in a fishbowl. London has CCTV systems with central monitoring points. And I said, Jamaica needs that. Exactly that right there. And you get to watch the video. You get to see people get up every morning, them because they talk to the people that work there. They get up, they work, they go to work with pride. They put on a uniform. What do you do for a living? I work at the Central Monitoring Command Center. That's what I do, right? Them say it with pride. It have benefits and retirement benefits and health benefits, all kind of something with it. That's even another avenue to create a profession that people can serve with dignity and also benefits that come from it. It's working right alongside law enforcement. And those are the people who monitor, and they can say, hey, get a unit over to 17th Street and Marcus Lane immediately. There's a guy that's moving around in a suspicious manner. He has on a red shirt, jeans shorts, and white sneakers. And he just pulled something out of his waist that resembles a firearm. Let's zoom in closer, and them zoom in, and they're like, yep, confirmed, it is a firearm. And then tell police where this guy thinks that him safe. Out of nowhere, police reach him. And it's like a room with tons of cameras in the room that basically watches everything that's going on in London. And of course, there are different parts and different monitoring stations, but Jamaica need this, right? If we are to honestly, truly say we are combating violent crimes and to reduce the number of murders that are committed. Now, of course, the doubting Thomases say, listen, camera now make nobody stop kill nobody. You must think a camera gonna make a man stop and squeeze the trigger upon a gun. And I said, no, but you have to think about the bigger picture. They feel emboldened to kill in Jamaica like that. Big broad daylight, ride up yang, no mask, no nothing. Pump bullets into people with everybody around and just drive off. So that should never happen in no civilized or modern society. Not with the amount of technology that is available today. right? So while we're investing in Jamaica heavily and building all these resorts and all these other things, nice road, this and that, let's invest in security. That way people feel safe. That way people feel like this is a good place to invest. Hell, this is a good place to move to and raise my family here. This is a good place to put all my dollars here, kind of thing. And you know, we're a young nation and we are moving, albeit sometimes we're moving slow, albeit sometimes it seems like we're moving 10 steps forward and 5 steps back, you know, but we're moving. We're moving and we're growing. So, Dr. Harsh Chang was addressing this at the opening of the Denham Town Jamaica Eye Monitoring Center at the Denham Town Police Station in Kingston recently. This facility is the ninth one Jamaica Eye monitoring operation in the island. The central monitoring station. This is the ninth one they have opened. I feel a bit accomplished. I feel a bit accomplished. And I like the fact that they didn't roll them out and say, we just open one right now. We're going to open the next one next week and then it didn't come. And we're going to open the next one next month and it didn't happen. They opened a series of them first. And now they're like, okay, so this is the ninth one that we have rolled out. CCTV system with central monitoring points. This is one of the central monitoring points. This is the ninth one they've opened so far. All right. You have to give credit where credit is due. You know, all the facilities, he said, will feed into the C5 center, which will serve as the central hub for managing surveillance, dispatch, and national security data. Dr. Horace Chang noted too that the new forensic pathology autopsy suite will be opened shortly as well. I hope that entails what we've talked about as well as the what is called again, the national DNA database to be established, right? It is expected to increase the forensic capacity of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and reduce the backlog of criminal and other cases. It is also expected to bolster the work of the Institute for Forensic Science and Legal Medicine. Meanwhile, Dr. Chang said that the government will continue to invest in the country's security apparatus and build a safer Jamaica, adding that the investment and the hard work of the men and women of the force have contributed to the significant reduction in murders this year. The country is experiencing currently a 44% reduction in murders compared to the corresponding period of 2024. When this first started and they were like 5% less, 10% less, I was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, cut it in half and then talk to me. If I cut it in half by the end of the year, last year we did, I believe it was 1,100 and something murders. So if you cut that in half and we end up do 600 for this year, my hat's off to you. That's a huge accomplishment. And if you continue on that path and cut that in half another year from now, where we go to 300 murders, man, that would be something that Jamaica hasn't seen in over 20, probably going on almost 30 years, right? And then being optimistic, I'm looking further down the road, you know, another year, more investment in more security apparatuses. Next thing you know, we cut that in a half too. And I'm starting to feel, remember I always told you that to me, the glass is always half full when it comes to Jamaica, not half empty. I'm not pessimistic about Jamaica. I just feel like we are going to figure it out. You know what I mean? We're going to figure it out eventually. Whether it's under this administration or a next one to come, we're going to figure it out eventually. And we'll get there. We'll get there. However slow it may be, however frustrating it may be, I see in the future where we will get there. So remain hopeful, my Jamaican people, because I see in the future where this will be something of a distant memory, bad memories. where we will look at each other and say, you remember when time them used to kill all over 1,000 people every year for like 2 decades straight, and we will talk about it as if it's something we're gone and is never coming back. Because now we're experiencing 50, 60, and them kind of numbers there. 110. Me will take that over 1,000, over 1,100, 1,200, 1,600. Big numbers moving. All right. So the work of the police is not easy, he said, but as they acquire the tools and as we strengthen the legislation, we find that they are responding very well. Talk about strengthening the legislation. Like the person, the doubting Thomases say, yeah, talk about camera now stop gunman from pull trigger. Okay, legislations backed by solid evidence. See, a lot of the times I say this, I don't support the death penalty in Jamaica because there is too much corruption. And I don't want them to grab Miss Mattie's son because Miss Mattie broke and don't have no money to hire Peter Champagne to defend our son. And next thing he's on death row and getting executed for something he did not do, when the person who did it is a gunman who is in a rich man back pocket or a politician or a police back pocket, and they get away with it, right? So once we install the proper fixtures, then CCTV, central monitoring point, all the other things that's required, DNA, national DNA database, all the other things that are required to put a case together solid, then when those things lead us to the right person, we don't have no doubt. When we see you on video committing murder and it's obviously you, when your DNA matches and it's obviously you, pop him raw neck, yes, get him up out of here. Then I will support it. And then we can move to another phase. And the other phase would be making the punishment a deterrent. Because, boy, you see what them do, John, when them catch him? Brother, here what? Me I go find work here. The bad man something on the freeway and see how them deal with people. Yeah, them a kill you for sure, brother. All right, so them done do that now because the punishment is a deterrent. Right now, the punishment ain't no deterrent. Man go to jail, go in prison, go crush out weed in them hand and talk about them dep on a blocker, a bill with the charge of them and them kind of something there and criminal networking so you can come out a better criminal, stronger than before, and these kind of things. No, we need some real deterrent, but we can't really lean into it that way until we are absolutely sure. One thing I hate is to see somebody go off to prison to do some long sentence and the case shaky. And you're looking at the case and you look at all the details and you're like, them never proved say a him though. They didn't prove it was him. Maybe a him. You know, they go more off word of mouth than off actual proof. So let's get to the place where everything, the stars align when it comes to solving crime. You know, we have proper evidence. They have they're trained better on how to preserve proper evidence and how to properly investigate and put together a solid case, including irrefutable evidence and DNA evidence. It's solid stuff. That way nobody can say no, it wasn't. And then we can deal with them the proper way, right? But I'm feeling good about the 44% reduction in murders. So the work of the police is not easy, but as they acquire the tools that are required and we strengthen the legislation, we find that they are responding very well and they have demonstrated a high level of professionalism and we are getting the results, he said. He emphasized that the government is dead serious about public safety and has taken decisive actions to protect the lives and the livelihoods of Jamaican citizens. We are building a national security architecture that is smarter, more responsive, and more connected to the needs of our communities, he said. He thanked the dedicated men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who continue to serve with courage and professionalism. And we thank them too, right? Big up to all of the good JCF members out there. Yeah, the little corrupted one them that are hiding within the ranks. I hope and pray them find you and them dispose of you swiftly. But to the good ones, them, I say it all the time, them give a basket to carry water, and I understand the work that you do, and we appreciate you greatly because without you, dog would have nyam with supper. Everybody don't like police until something happen, and then the first person them want to call is police. It just goes like that, right? Right. All right. And eat oxtail and rice and peas in prison. Shake him. Not true, Dorothy. And eat oxtail and rice and peas in prison. Yeah. Mommy and daddy carry your favorite meal come gear, and them not miss nothing. They not missing a thing. All that will change. I predict that all that will change in the near future. There are certain things that they're looking into, which I say I welcome them. First of all, put them in a uniform. If you get locked up in a prison in Jamaica, you shouldn't be bragging about your pair of clocks with Chris and you this and you that. No, everybody in a one color, orange, black, white, whatever the case the color is you may be, right? That prison facility put you in a. Everybody in a push slippers. If the slippers them cheap or some kung fu crepe. Everybody in a one set of something and create a unity, not a unity, but a uniformed look behind those bars and them kind of something there. But we'll get to that though, is one step at a time, you know. Little Jamaica, still Talawa. Little with Talawa, we're growing and we're changing. We're just here as advocates to make sure we are growing in the right direction and the changes that are being made are changes that are going to affect us positively in the long run. Because we care about Jamaica, not about a political party, about Jamaica, Jamaican culture, about Jamaica's history, and about Jamaica's future, and about Jamaica's present. We care about Jamaica. A whole heap of people care about a party more than them care about Jamaica. Me no business about no party. We care about Jamaica. So whichever party can get us there to this vision that I have is the party I would be riding with. See? Morning, fam. King Biggs, have the show on and I will be back in the chat in 30 minutes. All right, King Biggs, do your thing. Yeah, Audrey, the Kung Fu crept them. Kung Fu crept for everybody. Them crept the wicked, you know. You buck your toe in one of them, you feel every bit of the buck. It's like if you buck your toe barefoot, you would have better because, you know, your toe them can spread out and defend themselves. So only one toe will get licked. But when you have on the kung fu crept them, the kung fu crept them like squeezing all of your toe them. So when you buck your toe, you buck 5 toe one time. When you buck 5 toe one time, when you buck your kung fu crept them. And worse if they don't fit you like they're not your size. And you see your toe them bunch up so at the top of the kung fu crept. Yo, yeah man, some orange jumpsuit and some kung fu crept for everybody. Yeah, but we're getting there. So I'll say this. Shout out to them for shout out to those who are in charge now for. And no, this is not me praising any particular political party or co-signing any political party. This is just me saying that one of the things that are super important to me, if you go back and watch all my videos when I talk about these topics from 10 years on to now, this has been a topic for the longest. This. So to hear that we have 9 of these central monitoring points established already, and there are more to come, and they're spreading out the web, the CCTV web across the island. Yes, I'm all for it. I'm a big enough for doing that. You know, one thing at a time. We don't always have to agree. But when I see what is needed being put in place, I will give you your respect for those things. Right. SOUFLO for security minister. So that's what TV said. SOUFLO for security minister. We just want good for we, bro. Me want one time me and you land in our place, we good. We don't have to look for a firearm. We have to look for gun real quick because the place bad. And you know, you're happy to be here, but you scared jump out of your skin because it's not a good feeling. And you know that tell you the truth. This is why I decided I would never let a year pass that I don't go to Jamaica. For those of you who don't go a lot, those that are Jamaican, you could apply this to your own island that you're from. I'm speaking to the Caribbean diaspora. You could apply this to your own island that you're from. I'll say Jamaica because that's where I'm from. I told y'all there was a particular year when I was caught up in like my military stuff and moving around and all this other stuff. So I let a couple of years slide before I went back to Jamaica. And within those couple of years, I noticed I was tuned in more to news than anything else coming out of Jamaica because I wasn't able to go there. So may I live vicariously through the news and through media outlets. And I had developed this level of paranoia about Jamaica that I myself didn't even realize until Milan in a Jamaica. Because the first break I got, I said to myself, all right, buy a ticket. Me gone. It's too long now. And when I got to Jamaica, I was paranoid as hell. I'm afraid. I'm a boomy. And I'm like, yeah, hurry up and get me inside. Hurry up and get me inside. May I look for gunman, you know, may I look for all kind of something to go wrong because I was watching the news so much. And it took a while for me to come out of that. And then I said to myself, you know, and the last time I do that, I don't care what's happening in my life. I have to see Jamaica on a regular basis. Because if you leave for too long and you're looking from outside in, you tend to believe what you hear more. And you know how news stay already. News don't bring nothing good. News only bring you everything that is happening that's terrible. So you start feeling like everybody else is feeling. Oh my God, them kill somebody else again. Jesus Christ, we can't take this man. Every day is a next murder. Oh, it mad. But guess what? The place you living at, every day is a next murder. Right there, so where you there? In the state of Florida where I'm at, every day is a next murder. Every day is multiple murders. Every day, multiple shootings. Every day, multiple robberies. Every day, I could go outside right now, you know, a bunch of aggressive, extra aggressive people around you and these kind of things. But you start to zero in on Jamaica and tell yourself, something, no, go back there. Cause me not like, I said, so Flo, don't become one of them. Go out of your yard and submerge yourself deep within your culture. So I start go to Jamaica regular, I start walk road, go places by myself. You know, that's one of the things that the army taught me is when you have a problem, don't run from it, run to it, run right in it, run right through it, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna have to reclimatize myself to Jamaica. So I'm gonna just start go. I'm gonna rent my car, I'm gonna drive, go anywhere, I'm gonna jump out anywhere. Anywhere. Go anywhere and jump out anywhere. That's also when I knew that I was I don't know if it's loved I should call it or respected or you know, Flo, whoa, so Flo, we at the run of them party, bro. And them kind of I get those so much. Come just go everywhere and anywhere. Until now. So now it's like when me touch yard, me touch me yard. Right? And it's like, yeah, I'm gone from my house for a little bit, but shuffle my key them and open up my door and go in my house and go back out that door go. And I wish that for all of you. I wish that for all of you. I will be there soon myself. I'm looking forward to eating some mangoes, says British Jamaican girl. Why? Mel Mel says, oh, Charlotte is in here. Charlotte, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Imagine living in New York City every day. It's something else. Yeah, I did that for a while. Brooklyn is wild. Brooklyn is not even wild now. Brooklyn look like it's been gentrified. I was seeing a street party video day before yesterday in Brooklyn. I mean, I look on the street party video like, what part of Brooklyn is this? And it was in Crown Heights. It was in Crown Heights. I saw more Caucasian people than I saw anything else in there. And the music that was playing, it's almost summertime, you know, but the parties were festive. The party was festive. It's like them join out. You know how we used to do block parties? They're doing block parties, but the music is different and the crowd has changed. Doonch, 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 doonch. That kind of music now, and everybody out dancing and stuff. When I was living there, it was very much different. Brooklyn was lovely though, but you know, you're in the heart of the thick of things as well. Little Red Gucci, thank you for being here. closing the police station at night was not the greatest idea. I don't know which idiot came up with that brilliant idea. That's another thing in Jamaica too. That is a big issue for me that I've been talking about for years is closing the police station them at night. When you drive through and you realize 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock come and no police station not open, you have to start to think that, yo, if anything happen out here, your goose cook, cause police not respond till next day. And I'm like, how could you run a country like this? Whose idea was this? The beautiful thing is gonna be this, right? On the mark my words, it's in action, it's coming. When these central monitoring points, the CCTV web spread out, and the central monitoring points are up and running and in action, they're going to have 24-hour shifts. These 24-hour shifts will allow Jamaica to be watched 24 hours. These 24-hour shifts will provide jobs 24 hours. You know, you have day shift people that work and you have night shift people that work. And it is monitored. Same way like how you have security guard and you have security guard at daytime and then you have security guard who work at nighttime. Same thing for those CCTV system places. When these things start to be put in place, Jamaica will start to become a way better place. Jamaica sweet enough. Jamaica just need to have, we need to take away the danger element because it's too high. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in Jamaica, I'm feeling good, but I'm also feeling kind of leery. Like, you know, I know say anything can happen at the moment, and worse, your face out there, and everywhere you turn, you hear, yo, so flow, yo, what you do around here? So, yo, big up yourself, G, but you don't know who is gonna say, yo, boy, go fuck it. You know what I say? I don't like that you tell I just say there, and next thing you know, you in a something. So I'm extra leery, but it doesn't stop me from going, and it don't stop me from going where I want to go also. Nobody now limit me in my place. Jamaica for me. I always said that. You know, nobody is gonna limit me in it. Nobody now gonna run me out tight neither. That's mine. That's mine. And I ain't saying it's mine like me or some gangster. It's mine as in it's my birthright. That's my place too. I have all rights to it just like every other Jamaican does. So I'm in a plan for runway and left it. So I have to make sure say it turn nice. So when time landing night is niceness. No unnecessary foolishness. That way I can brag about Jamaica more. And I can feel confident when I'm bragging about Jamaica. Because Jamaica is unmatched. Our vibe is unmatched. Period. Period. I don't know if we ever go out and party in Jamaica yet. You know, go to a gathering or something. Not necessarily no club environment. We have many different ways we call party in Jamaica. And you know, so when you reach in the morning, you know, say some fresh ackee. I go cook with some saltfish piece of yellow yam with them just dig up out of the ground. And them something that me like, me little color loop on the side and them thing there. And before breakfast, me go out the door, me just pick 2 orange off a tree and not even peel them. Me just slice them in a half, squeeze them in my mouth, and them thing there. So me drink my orange juice and them something there. Jamaica is unmatched. We just need to get rid of the excrements, them where do the whole heap of killing thing about the place, and we good to go. Another thing, the gun thing in Jamaica, you could have 1,000,000,000,000 guns if us the people decide say, you know, sir, me not in the killing thing, you know. I'm into the self-defense thing. Don't make me have to kill you though. Because I'm not afraid to do it, but it will have to be a self-defense something. So we're not out here just looking for murder people frivolously and all these things. Once we get to that place, man, we are going to be. Remember, I tell you this, the backlash for that is going to be a good backlash because I see. Remember, I told you all I was watching the documentary on the Bahamas, and I'm like, the Bahamas is way smaller than Jamaica, and the Bahamas, the main part, and the Bahamas commands 10, 11 million tourists per year. And I look at the Bahamas and I'm like, people out walking late at night, them not afraid which part them a go. Those tourists, you know, drunk on the road late at night, gone a strange place, doing business. They made it look like, and these are videos put together from regular people. And then the government entity I try to sell no propaganda like this is the safest place in the world. Are regular people. I'm jealous. I was so jealous. I was like, Jamaica can do that, you know. Jamaica can do that. Imagine if, but this is the part that our Jamaican leaders don't want to admit. They don't want to admit that our tourism industry, although it seems like it's booming, it suffers because of our murder rate. I promise you, if Jamaica ever get their murder rate down to some of these other Caribbean islands where we're like 50 a year, under 100 a year, watch and see. Watch and see if them have figure, you know how they say you wouldn't have hand for sell it or serve it? Jamaica wouldn't have hand for sell it or serve it. Yeah, and then we would truly have a booming tourism industry where we can actually now pay people good livable wages. You work in a tourism industry, you can work for a year or so and buy you a nice little car instead of always a bata and a something mash up or boom ride from somebody or public transportation or you know. I feel like our people deserve these things. If you work hard, why shouldn't you own a car? If you work hard, why shouldn't you live somewhere nice? Why shouldn't you be able to pay your basic bills without a hole in your head? The bills them are kill me. So all this thing is tied in. It's all tied in. And it all starts with that right there. A CCTV system with central monitoring points. There has to be a deterrent. People won't do stuff when they know that they're being watched and them not know which part them I get watched from. Watch the attitudes adjust, watch the behaviors change. And then when convictions start to happen in court, and them I say, yeah man, them did all a video of the dog and them play the video in a court, them get convicted. 75 years them give me no. Blood fire. Yo, me gonna look work here. Yeah, that's what we are aiming for. That's what we aiming for. Audrey said, make my mouth of water. Could have wax off some fry over dumpling or some callaloo right now. Talk to Audrey, man. I might think that, you know, when the dumpling boil from last night, to see if I can leave it. Fry that back over for me in the morning, please. Yeah, with some callaloo. Here what? Just bust a tin of mackerel too. Not even bother with the callaloo sometimes. Just bust a tin of mackerel. Or take one mackerel. And you know what my grandmother used to do? That nobody else has done for me, and I can't do it. I forgot to try to say why I can't do it. She used to call them Johnny cake. Dumpling, but grandma used to put the cornbread, the corned beef in at the middle of the fried dumpling. And then she would have fried the dumpling them. And then you get that with your plantain them, fried plantains and fried dumpling in the morning. And when you bite your fried dumpling, it full up a corned beef in the middle of it. You know, nobody no cook like that again for me, star. Nobody don't cook like that again for me. Remember I told you about the brother what did I cry? And his mom died and they were burying his mom. This was in Jamaica. And he was bawling and he was like, boy, nobody now gonna cook me rice and peas like that again with it. And the man I set up the whole menu. I was pretty young. I was laughing. I wasn't laughing at the fact that his mom had died. I was laughing at the things he was saying. Like, nobody now gonna cook me rice and peas again with the coconut milk in it and the this and the that. And they must say, nobody now gonna fry dumpling with the corned beef and I make like the bully beef and I make like no more. Nobody now go. I said, and now that I'm older, you know, and my grandmother is no longer here, and certain things don't happen anymore because she not here no more. It's different now. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning.
Morning, SOUFLO.
Morning, family. What going?
Just want you to check your mic. Check your mic.
Check my mic. What going with it?
The mic break up.
Is it? All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Sometimes it clear and then sometimes it start break up.
Okay. All right.
So we don't know what going. I just want you to know that the mic are funny.
All right.
Where I'm listening.
And the thing is, I can't tell either. I know sometimes it fall on like under my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I try position it so it don't do that. But yeah, me can't tell because me can't hear myself. Some people
Okay.
say it's crackling. Okay, so
All
check
right.
it.
Maintain a traffic of our work.
All right, my
Have
friend.
a blessed day.
You too. All right, so let's try something. So if I hold it right here, is it better if I hold it right here? Maybe because it a rub on my body, yeah, so it's good now? All right, so please tell me when it's not good. Mel says no. Hey, Pegasus in full effect this morning, reggae girl. It's clear now. It's clear now. All right, we're gonna hold it here so for a while. Yeah, man. So all we want is a better Jamaica. And shout out again to this audience for your contributions that you have made to allow us to be able to put these ideas on the table. Because that's all it is. It takes a concerned community to put our heads together and figure out what needs to be done to make the place better, what needs to be done to make the place safer for all of us. Because this benefits all of us. Anybody is planning to go to Jamaica anytime soon in the chat? Who are planning to reach Jamaica anytime soon? I know I see one person. Reggae Girl says Pegasus in full effect this morning. So flow. PG says me. Sean, big up yourself. Julie Tapper says me. Anthony Vaz says me. Audrey says not till December. Well, December not far away, Audrey. So yeah, you and I too. All right, Let's One TV says the mic might be going so flow. There might be shorts in the connection. O Angel Vase says I'm in Jamaica right now. Yo, all right, there might be shorts in the connection. You know, I think there might be shorts. I don't know. I don't know. Between August and December, Roddy's daughter. Ferran says me. Virtuous Fire says December. Great Goodies, me. All right. I love Independence. I always go to the show in Clarendon. I was show them having a Clarendon at Denby. Denby. Dorothy T say y'all trying to do a family trip. Yes. Julie Tapper says yes. September, October, not too far away. We're not June. That's July, August, September. Yeah, Julie Tapper at Denby. Yeah. Been going to that since I was like, can't even remember. Probably like, not even want to say age. Because I'm sure them I carry me go there from before me could have walked. Baby in a prom. But definitely before the year end. Let's Bond TV. Karen noticed that I thought it was me alone here in static. All right, so people are here static. I don't know what it sounds like because I can't hear it myself. You know, we have two different mic systems in here, and I've tried both of them. And see the other big mic over here, so we tried this on my other mic. That one went out completely. You couldn't hear me at all. The switchboard went bad. This had a backup mic. Now I'm hearing static. I can't hear any of it, so I'm not able to correct myself. All right. Is it so staticky? Audrey says it's still going in and out for me. Let me see something. Hopefully this works. Bill, then said the mic sounds staticky. I don't know. It's staticking in and out. The little one, the one I'm record with. I mean, no, say not the mic because this the mic I use for voiceovers. Somebody said Elon might be taking everything down out of spot. out of spite. Ah, all right. So we get past the government invests more than 500 million. The CCTV system, central monitoring points. Kudos to the Jamaican government for putting those in place and starting that. We're gonna need more. I think each parish should have their own set up. That way it's spread out all across the island. But you know, they're working on it. Rome wasn't built in a night. No great empire is built overnight. So it takes time. And that I can understand. As long as it's actually happening. Right? Where's the Audrey? Carry on now, work with it. All right. What do we talk about next? Do you want to talk about the LA situation with the president? Do you want to talk about Ricky Trooper's daughter? Uh, and do you want to talk about the Trinidad promoter? Hey, there's something here on the table that has this much information to talk about. I just realized something about dancehall artist Squash. Squash was set up. Squash was set up. This is my brainstorm. This whole sheet. I'm gonna show you says Squash was set up. So that's on the table to be talked about this morning. Along the Trinidad promoter says his life is in danger. Ricky Trooper daughter killer, and what's happening in LA. You have 60 seconds to choose. Go. We're at 3:28, but carry on working with it. So let's ban TV. So go into the Squash thing. Missy Brown Brown finally reached. Good morning, Missy Brown Brown. Thank you for being here. That's a whole book, Audrey says. Yeah, that after the Squash got set up something. Let's go with Trini promoter, Mel Mel says. So we have two Ricky Trooper, one Trini promoter, one Squash, three Ricky Trooper, two Trini promoter, one Squash. Read Squash book first. So we have two Squash now, three Ricky Trooper, four Ricky Trooper. All right, Ricky Trooper is leading by 4. We only have 20 seconds left. Choose as fast as you can. We have 3 Squash, 4 Trooper, 1 LA, 3 Squash, 4 Trooper, 5 Trooper, 6 Trooper, 4 Squash, 5 Squash. Listen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trooper it is. John, no. But you really want to go with the Squash something still in, but I have to be fair. It's Trooper win. All right, Squash will happen next. So, Ricky Trooper's daughter. Well, you know, so when the brother kill her, I can't understand some of you guys. We can't understand enough. You know you're gonna go to prison for a lifetime, possibly for the rest of your life, and you still do something like that. You have to exercise better control of yourself, man. And then, you know, when them corner him, I saw the arrest affidavit when they caught him because he went on the run after he killed her, and he killed her in front of their child. When they cornered him jump out of his vehicle and try run. You ain't know Usain Bolt in top shape. You know you weren't getting anywhere. But them said drowning man grab after straw, you know? So Derek Francis, the man who was convicted for the murder of Ricky Trooper's daughter, Briana Destiny McCoy, he was sentenced finally, and he was sentenced to 55 years in prison. The judge said that he will do every day of the 55 years. There's to be no parole, no early release, no deals will be made on his behalf for anything that could lead to an earlier release than every day of 55 years. Now, me as a big man now, if them sentence me to 55 years, my life done. My life done because me I come out in my 90s. And I don't know too many people who live very much far past that, right? So the convicted killer was found guilty following a 4-day trial in April of this year. A panel of 3 judges unanimously found the 41-year-old man guilty of the 2023 gruesome murder, and his trial and conviction happened 2 years after the incident took place. He was 41 years old and she was 23. I saw a lot of people saying stuff like, I doubt them forget man because young girl like she for she go look somebody young like herself and start life. A big man them want, cause them want them man that will have money and them man that will spend money upon them. You know, I honestly think that's the dumbest thing ever. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if him kill her at 23, him would have killed a 40 something year old woman too. You know? From me knowing the details of what this was about, he was very manipulative. This is the neighbors. The neighbors actually gave testimony that him used to beat her on a regular basis. I don't know if Ricky Trooper know this, but your daughter, according to her neighbors, even when he wasn't living there, and then she was so wrapped up in him, I don't know if because him pay the bills or what, but she one time she get beat and she run to the police and them take out a protection order against him, and then he was hiding and the police was looking for him to arrest him, and she was the same one that was hiding him from the police after she took out the protection order upon him. You see them kind of complication there. I be trying to tell y'all women, like, this is where I say y'all have the power. You know, a boy beat you up so bad that you fear for your life to where you feel like you'd have to run go a police. And them take out a protection order and them issue an arrest warrant and them can't find him and you're hiding him. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, you know, 23 years old, man, that's young. That's super young. I guess she was manipulatable to him, and he was a very manipulating or manipulative person. And according to the neighbors, him beat her on a regular basis because they remember one time he was coming out, and the neighbor, the woman that lived next door, said to him, she said to the police that she said to him, "You got to stop beating that girl like that." And he says, "Yeah, mom, I know, I know. You know how it go though." And he jumped in his vehicle and he left. Yeah, you see him, S Diva. S Diva say I must be calm. Did I pay the bill then because he's definitely not cute at all. With him big alien head, kill off the people and picnic. So the convicted killer was found guilty following a 4-day trial. His trial lasted for 4 days. He was sentenced to 55 years. The judge said every day of that 55 he will do. He's 41. If I'm have to do 55, 5 and 1 and 6, he'll be 96 years old looking to come out of prison. Veteran dancehall selector Ricky Trooper says that his daughter can now rest easy now that her killer, who she had an 18-month-old son with at the time of her death, will be spending the rest of his life in prison. Yep, unless he survives until he is 96. And after that, I'm sure you don't have a lot of good life left. Derek Francis was arrested in 2023, charged with the murder for the killing of 23-year-old Briana Destiny McCoy, after her lifeless body was discovered at her home in Connecticut. Francis was taken into custody in Ohio because after he committed the murder in Connecticut, he ran to Ohio. He was trying to escape. They had believed that he ran down south because he has connections in Florida and Atlanta, I think it was. So they were looking for him in those places as well. However, he went to Ohio. Police say he ran from a vehicle that he was driving, pulled over the vehicle, got out of the vehicle and ran. and they gave a foot chase. Cops say they also found a loaded firearm in the vehicle of which he was driving, and those came with added charges. According to reports, more than a dozen family members and friends of McCoy showed up to the sentencing hearing on Thursday, June 5th. One of the presiding judges, so just a few days ago, him get sentenced. One of the presiding judges, Judge Earl Richards, spoke in court on behalf of the panel while blasting the convicted killer before handing down the lengthy sentence. He says this is a case that defies description. It tests one's belief in the benevolent God. The way how him kill the girl in front of them picnic. The judge revealed that Francis and McCoy had gotten into a heated argument on the day of the killing after he had returned to the condo that they were living in with their 18-month-old son. Then he used a 9mm semi-automatic pistol to shoot her 4 times in the bedroom while the son was in the playpen in that same room. He then fled to Connecticut and then to Ohio, where he was tracked and arrested. The weapon he was arrested with while he was on the run was the same gun that he used to take her life. Big idiot. All the murder weapon them catch him with, he still had it on him. The same gun that he used to take her life was the same gun he had in the vehicle with him when he got pulled over and arrested, and him jump out of the vehicle try run. Francis declined to speak in court during his sentencing hearing. He never said nothing. I'm sorry, which is what pissed the judge off even more. There was no remorse. There was no I'm sorry to her family. Please forgive me. I didn't expect it to happen like this. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Just nothing. His defense attorney, Darrell Klein, had asked the judge for a lighter sentence, something about 25 years, arguing that the defendant was suffering from mental health issues and needed help himself. Well, you know, behind bars, they have a lot of mental health help and some nice medication that you can take that make you feel spaced out all the time. Good luck with that. Hi, beautiful. Oh, do you have water play today?
Yes.
You go, girl. You gonna go have fun?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I got my purse.
You got your purse. That's not your purse. That's your bag.
Bag.
That's your bag. Yo, hold on there. Actually want to show Milani, show everybody what Milani look like right now. Let me see if we can move the camera. Milani's looking like this. She got her bag on her back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This baby is growing so fast, y'all. You know, we just celebrated her 5th birthday. She had her birthday at Chuck E. Cheese, her birthday party with her friends. Right? You enjoyed that too, right?
Yeah.
Show them what you got on your feet today. Come. Today, we're winding down to the end of the year for her school. Kai's out of school already. Milani is still in school. But they're gonna have fun to the end of the year. So they're having water play today. And she's already dressed. This is a bathing suit. Is it?
Yeah.
All right. And then your shorts. Show them your footwear, mommy. Show them your footwear.
They clean them like
Wait. You gotta put it in the camera so they can see your footwear. Her Crocs. Her Crocs are bejeweled.
They're clean now.
They're clean now. Mommy cleaned them up.
Yeah.
Yes. You're so pretty.
But maybe.
A whole lot of rolling up the eyes this morning. That's just you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Show off your pretty hair. Other side. Show off your gorgeous face. I love you, girlie.
Seven.
Give me some love. I'm going to see you later, okay?
Three.
Go have fun.
Three.
All right. I'll come pick you up. All right. I love you.
Give me some blue chips.
Give you some blue chips. Okay. I'll go buy you some blue chips. I saw. We're not gonna strike a pose. Audrey. Yeah. Her mom door here. Stacy. Mr. Brum Brum says September come you can't lift her up. Oh man. Pretty girl, have a wonderful day. Onika St. John says, Marilyn Grant says, happy birthday, princess, and I hope you have the best day ever. Yes, Missy, our blue chips. I'm gonna get our blue chips later. I'm gonna pick her up with her blue chips. What we that talk about? Ricky Trooper daughter. Yeah, you see how you know, so every time I hug my daughters or love them apart, anything, this must be a person's worst nightmare. Kind of, if you know anything, right, you will know that, especially fathers when it comes to their girls, you know. So again, man, my condolences goes out to Ricky Trooper and his daughter, his family, should say, and may his daughter now rest in peace, knowing that some justice was served. If that boy they did do that to her in Jamaica, him probably would have get a little bit of time and be out in a couple of years. But he did it in the right place, and them dash him went the right way. You know, Mr. Brum Brum said, roaching on my speakers. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. I'm working with what I got. I'm working with what I got. Where you say, babe? Knew everything at this point. Because it might be the sound card in the computer, don't? Yeah. It might be the sound card in the computer because I'm absolutely sure it's not the mic because this is the mic I use to do voiceovers. So if you listen to any of my videos and you hear a voiceover where you don't see me talk, this is the mic I use and you notice that it's clear. So it's definitely probably even the sound card inside of the computer. Me clear now, Audrey? All right. You don't have to tell me when me clear because me feel like me just not do nothing. New phone. Me not use no phone. I don't use any phone. I'm on two computers, and I had the podcast mic, and my podcast mic started, and now I'm thinking maybe it's not even this podcast mic system. It's the sound card in this. All right, Mr. Brum Brum said me good now since me hold it. So me I go hold it right so and keep on a talk. All right. So again, I'm glad that the boy that gets sentenced, and I'm glad that the judge said he's not 55 years and he'll be eligible for parole in 20. He's going to have to do every day of the 55. He's already 41 years old, so 96 years old is when his tentative release date is around that age group. Good for him. Yeah, Shakira said me need. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, she said me need new everything. she said she said me need new everything. Two new computer, new mic, new. But I'm not. Yeah. All right. I saw woman still new everything. Maybe I don't need new everything though. All right. So we gotten the Ricky Trooper daughter out the way. Bree, I'm sorry to say you lose your life. So, and the sad part is, boy, is a man where is a man that she. You know when a woman have a child for you, when a woman purposely have a child for you, you know. I look at that as the ultimate. And the ultimate, I don't know if you ever see a woman go through labor. I talk to the man them. I don't know if you ever see a woman go through labor. I don't know if you ever see a woman from the moment she said, "Oh, I'm pregnant," to belly swell up till it get bigger, till she get closer to labor, till she start waddling, till she go in there and contraction a lick, till she. If a woman voluntarily, consciously use her body to bring life into this world with your rotted sperm, the woman that deserve everything from you, my G. You know what I mean? Everything. You know, say I'm the only person who can get everything from me, Live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning.
SOUFLO, good morning. How
Morning.
you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Listen, I'm listening to you all the way in the U.S. Virgin Islands,
Uh-huh.
and I hear you saying about the guy who killed the entertainer's
Ricky Trooper's
daughter.
daughter. Mm-hmm.
Right. But listen, just late last year and early this year,
Mm-hmm.
3 people in the U.S. Virgin Islands committed murder 7 years ago, and they were all pardoned. So the other problem in the American system is that the governor can pardon you. So it doesn't mean that that guy gonna spend the 55 years in jail. You understand what I'm saying?
Pardon for malice murder?
For
I don't I
they got sentenced to life without parole, and they were able to get pardon from the governor after spending about 25 years.
mm, I highly doubt that's gonna happen for him though. He murdered
But
his child's mother in front of the child. People like that
but
don't ever get a
it doesn't
pardon.
matter where the murder happens. But the point is that the U.S. system has a judicial thing where the governor
Mm-hmm.
can pardon you or the president.
That's
Think
true.
about,
That's true.
okay?
All
So
right.
there's a chance that that guy doesn't even have to do the 55 years. He could do 20 years. And on good behavior, he gets pardoned.
He's not. We're gonna stick to he's not. There's a possibility he
Okay, but
could, but we're gonna stick to that he's not.
okay, but I'm just showing you that there's another part of the U.S. system that is not perfect,
Right, my
where
brother.
governors can pardon, our president can pardon people, like in Trump case, where he pardoned all those people.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right.
All right.
That's all I wanted to say.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Yeah. Listen, the judge said he's gonna do every day after 55 years. So we'll look for 96 before him come out if he make it to 96. We know that the system ain't perfect, but I definitely don't think he's one who is going to get pardoned. Right? The judge described his case in a certain kind of way. It was atrocious. I mean, he did it in front of the little youth, 19 months old. So he ain't getting no damn pardon. I promise you, he ain't getting no pardon. Matter of fact, you can't show me nobody who did that kind of murder and got pardoned. Nowhere. Okay. So moving right along from that. All right. Back to what I was saying now. These are some of the reasons why I say that every man who is about to have a child with a woman should be required to be there through the entire process. You need for that through the whole process. You need for that through her cravings. You need to be there when she start eat weird things. You need to be there when you need for that right through everything. You will look at that woman differently. You will probably look at her like how you look at your mom, with that kind of a respect. If you are somebody who love and respect your mother. On another note though, I put up a video the other day on Instagram where I said, you know, there's a growing population of women who they don't care who they have children with. And I'm telling my sisters to start being super selective with your body because it's your womb. And no boy can bring no baby come on earth without your womb. It is through you that life comes again to earth. And if he don't deserve it, don't give it. You know, there was what sparked me to do that video was I saw a video of a man. He was saying to the woman, she captioned our video and said, is this how a real man treats a woman who just had his baby 9 months ago? And there's a 9-month-old baby right there with her in the video. She's trying to embarrass him. So she put him to social media because he's cursing her out. But in the video, he is saying, I told you from day one, I did not want a child with you. I did not want children, period. I'm not ready to be a father. And you trapped me. You trapped me. I said, yeah, try to embarrass the man, but you're not listening to what the man has said. Now, if there's truth to that and this man tell you from day one, me could have been one woman though, and a man tell me about, you know what, I don't ever want to have a baby with you. But you have me a skin out and you are rev out my whole on a regular basis, but you are telling me about, I don't ever want to have a baby with you. And then you're going to tell me, I don't want to be a father. I don't want children, period. I don't want baby with you. I don't want baby with nobody else. I'm making extra sure that I don't get pregnant by you. This woman get pregnant by the man. Is a bag of woman in the comment section saying, hello, sir. If you didn't want a baby, you should have used a condom. I'm like, here they go again. Here they go again. Why do you want to bring a baby into the world to a guy who been telling you him no want no baby from you? Don't your baby deserve better than that? You don't want to bring one baby into the world where the daddy excited to see him picnic. You don't want to bring one baby into the world where, you know what I mean? Why you bring it? You set it bad for your youth from day one. That child is literally coming out of your body into the world to hate. To hate. From a person who is supposed to love him or her. That man are gonna look upon that baby like this is a rash trap. I know me have responsibility to him. I told this woman I didn't want a baby. She trapped me. So you are my trap baby. You are the baby who are gonna prevent me from the XYZ. I wasn't ready for this. Why you do that? Ladies, you set up yourself. Okay? You're setting up yourself. Y'all gotta be way more selective on who y'all choose to have children with. Watch the man for a while, man. Stop run and breed. Watch the man for a while. Make sure says a kind of guy where him absolutely want a baby. Him should not beg you for one. No, seriously, him should not beg you for one. That way you can put in the, okay, so if I give you a baby, I mean, what we are talking about? Like, are you ready for a family? Or you know how you are gonna take care of a baby? Even if you know same have little money or something, still ask the question them. See where his head is at. See if he's the type of guy that wants this and will cherish this and all these things. The woman them who think wisely and choose right, them have a man where even if anything happen between them and the man they turn up in and pick them life like the rock of Gibraltar. Me not ask you, me I tell you. The one them who frivolously breed for man who I tell you say never didn't want baby in the first place and all that. Them have to fight with this guy. Which part him there? I'm taking you to child support court, ninja, because I didn't make this baby by myself. No, I struggle. And I suffer, I watch you struggle and suffer. Why do all that? You know? S Diva, God forgive me. I mean I believe in abortion, but at the same thing me say. I would have believed in abortion today. Because that rotted I get that short. Yeah. And then the relationship that would have super done. And not even like him look on the woman and say, boy, you know, so I'm never ready for all this still, but you know, I think this is a blessing, you know. God bless me. Yeah, bring my child. I'm happy. And we're gonna get this together. We're gonna tag team this thing and make it work. One thing I know for sure, this baby is gonna have two loving parents that put the baby first. If that ain't the energy you're getting, don't use your rotted womb, bring no baby into the world. If I not that the energy that y'all get. Back to what me that said before. I grew up with real uncles and real daddy. I'm gonna tell you something. And I said this before. You know how like women run circles around man head and use them and do all kind of something to them. I always say this: the only woman that could do that to me is the one that have my children. And then if she have my children, she ain't using me. There's nothing you could use me for if you have my children, because there's nothing you can not get from me if I have it. You know, I really look at it like it's like the highest form of respect for you. I chose you. You said you wanted them, and I gave them to you through my body, my womb. I'm go through all that to give you these. The utmost respect, mama. Yeah. It also falls on the man who claims that he doesn't want children should ensure he protect himself. Nah, Kaz, it don't fall on him. It don't fall on him. And this is why I keep it don't fall on him. Because that man will be one of them man there that cut and left you. And you have a child that has no daddy. It don't fall on him. You're the one whose belly is going to swell up as a woman. You're the one whose body is going to change as a woman. You're the one who's going to endure all the emotional roller coaster ride as a woman. You know how y'all get to the ball 1 minute to know a laugh, next minute to know a cry, next minute you dip mango in a hot sauce, next minute you want burger, next minute you want this in the middle of the night and that. You're the one who's going to go through the whole journey. And at the end of it, you're the one that's going to push out a baby there if you have it that way, or if them have to C-section you and cut out a baby there. You're the one who's going to be stuck raising that child with no moral support, no financial help, no nothing from that father who made that baby with you. The man that cut and say, yo, Jamaica I come from, me I go back to my yard, yeah, man, because this rass woman want to try to trap me with baby and them want put me for child support over here. So, me I go live in England. Me I go live back at Jamaica. Me I go live over here. So Canada, me gone. XYZ. You're left alone. So no, be responsible for you. You be responsible for you and stop delegate responsibility to somebody else. Trust me, I'm on your side and I come in peace and nothing but love. Listen to me good. Don't talk about it a theme responsibility, nothing. When you allow, when you start telling yourself about it's his responsibility too, it never works out, my friend. It never works out. Be responsible for what you can be responsible for. It never works out. A boy can't breed you if you don't want a boy breed you in this day and time. There are too many things and too many ways out there to not get pregnant if you don't want to get pregnant. Right. That is why I have these same convos with my daughter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna give you a real conversation, right? I remember saying this I was talking to a group of young ladies, and remember one of them said about, me never ready for be no mother, you know, and me give the boy someone him breed me. And the first thing I said was, that's because y'all are little girls that are trying to do grown men stuff or grown women, grown people stuff. You're getting up. I never understand what you're about give the boy someone him breed me. Me say on use condom. She said she no remember or no. She said yes, but she not think he put on properly and it slip on. I said hold on, me have to say this. Sorry. She said yes, but I don't think it did put on properly and it slip off. And I remember saying this. I said, you see, that's the difference between you, a little girl who are the big woman sitting, and a real big woman. Because you see, a real big woman, she got face to face with the body there. She'll make sure say on properly. Or even while them are ride, she has to hold on the little bit and check that rotted. You don't leave it up to him. Ride get sweet and that the man there ride past that they sitting there and forget say these supposed to depend on him and then consequences catch you later. It is your body. And now you're stuck with a child that you're going to have to take care of from a deadbeat where you choose to give some. So at the end of the day, man, it falls right back on you. You know what I mean? It falls right back on you. Yes, it takes two to tango, but that not necessarily apply there. So, are your crutches, protect it. Are your womb, protect it. Your womb is not his responsibility. Your crutches is not his responsibility. That's what I'm trying to get to you. That's what I'm trying to get to you. Should he be responsible? Yes, he should be. But how many times have we seen people that should be doing something but they're not? So again, it is your body. You protect it. I'm not depending. Okay, I'll go out tomorrow night, right? I have a couple of drinks. I'm at the bar. I'm at the club. Meet a fine girl. She say, yo, she want give you some. And me, I said to myself, say, yo, me, I go raw in that. And she tell me if you go raw in it. And next thing me know, me have herpes. Or me HIV positive. I know for your responsibility. It's my responsibility to protect me. And me carry the tool. And me go take my tool, shove it in something where have something where give me something. Without thinking, you know, so I should have put on a rubbers before me going out of something there. Because something might be in there that can harm me. Or even bigger than that, don't do it. Go on your yard. Go play with yourself and go sleep. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I keep it raw and real, man. It is your crutches, your responsibility to protect your crutches, your responsibility to protect your womb. And ladies, if you do it like this, no boy can't tell you nothing after. Live on the air with SOUFLOTV. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, family. How you doing? You have to talk up for me because you sound low.
Low.
Yeah, like you're whispering and hiding in a corner somewhere.
No, I'm not. But sometimes you just go low very much. But anyhow, he has a responsibility because him saying no one of me. So it's choice to him can do a vasectomy. So I believe in that. So he has a responsibility. Say no one of me.
Mm.
He go cut off him penis. So simple like that.
Okay, and while y'all keep saying that, y'all will keep bringing children into the world that have daddies that didn't want them and don't love them.
I can understand that point, but
Here, you hear what me just said though.
Yes.
But you hear what me just said.
You're placing it solely on the woman. The man saying no one opinion. What is he doing not to get none either?
No, I'm not placing it solely on the woman. I'm telling the woman how to avoid a situation.
The man can avoid it too. You don't want no kids. You don't want nobody, no responsibility.
But my lady, if the man, you said the man can avoid it too. But don't we know of a lot of men who could avoid it too, but them avoid them picnic altogether? Yes or no? Do we not know of a lot of children who grew up without them daddy?
Yes.
Okay, so why you want to be one of those? Or why you want your child to be one of those?
It is choices.
Why would you want your child to be one of those though?
No, I don't want it. I need to speak in general, but I'm saying to you, just like when no one takes kids and put on the condom, the same way you can do a vasectomy, just like all these men who do these things and the woman didn't pick me and it's it is not my child because I have a vasectomy because I didn't want children. So
all
it's
right.
proving at the end of the day. You don't like my points, I realize. And can I take the 30 seconds back? The other man when you're talking about Vanessa, that is Kobe Bryant. It comes down to choice and the decision. So she chooses to lend her womb to another man. That is her choice. That would be cushion the earth for her, that for the child that she lost if she be pregnant. Because we know she pregnant. And then it comes down to if she want to protect her wealth, protect her money, it's up to her. So it's her decision. So it's choices and decision. So that's what me put it as. And then if you're a wife victim, life goes on for you. You don't want no more children because you still have kids already. But at the end of the day, you meet the woman now, and the woman want pick me. I say, oh, you respect Shakira that much, so that you don't want no more children. Would you do a vasectomy?
Me I do vasectomy for what?
No, because remember, no, you know, on the woman's side and on the man's side. You said she must know she want to protect her wealth. You
Okay,
must
you're
protect
talking
her-
about Kobe Bryant. You're talking about something totally different, right? So you're talking about cause the people
I'm
them
taking
want to stay upon them topic, you know. So
Yeah. It's
Put-
still tight in him.
okay, so it's still kind of like that. So you're saying what? If Shakira should, God forbid, pass away, and me say me meet the next person and she want children, would I give her children or have children with
I
her?
love Shakira that much,
Hmm.
right? So would you do a vasectomy?
No, me not do
Okay.
no
So why
vasectomy
she
for what?
couldn't-
If me did-
why
if
she
God
couldn't
didn't want me to
do
do
a
vasectomy, God would have given me vasectomy from me born.
Oh, but the woman is tired too. So, but it's just true. If we when we call, or we
Mm.
couldn't call, whatever it is, we couldn't get to talk about it. But it's just these two ties up because actually similar or somewhat the same home. So that's why we bring it across. Yes.
Okay.
Just one of the choice and decision.
That are two different something though. If you're going to, I just believe that it's your crutches, so you protect it. Just plain and simple as that. Don't leave your crutches to be anybody else's responsibility to protect. You protect it.
Definitely
You
so, but
protect it.
at the same time, people come down to choices and decisions. All right, have a great morning.
All right, my friend. Yeah. You know what I noticed with a lot of our women? It's not a shortage of man out here that's equipped to lead you, you know. It's that a lot of our women don't want to follow. You see, me see them all the time. I talk about, oh, you have to can lead and you have to be a great leader. Well, here what? You have to be a good follower. And leader is not because you set him a leader. Because we've seen the choices that a lot of you had made. And we can tell, say, you don't know where leader is. Because you did yam out and yam head out for some boy when you have nothing named leader in them. And he did nothing but led you astray, or led you to heartache, or led you up the lane and down the valley and back round you so again. But when real man stand up in front of you, you see, and I try lead you to a position of power, want to shy away from it. This is a position of power I'm leading you to when I'm telling you this, right? Live on the air with SOUFLOTV. Good morning.
Good morning, so can
Hello?
you hear me?
Your phone a break up now.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sort of. Talk now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. On this topic,
Mm.
I do feel that the man and woman should be responsible for their own body and their own actions. I know a man that married, had two boys with his wife.
Mm.
This uh his mother and father Jamaican, but he was born here. So he had a wife, he had two children.
Mm.
She divorced him. She moved out of the country, moved somewhere else. He decided that he did not want to have multiple baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
He only wanted one baby mother
Mm-hmm.
and one child support for his two kids.
Right.
After he divorced his wife, or the wife divorced him,
Mm-hmm.
he went and got a vasectomy.
Okay.
Now he enjoys having fun with whoever he wants to be with,
Mm-hmm.
whatever woman. And he says he doesn't have to worry about her tricking him or some accident happening. Oops,
Mm-hmm.
because he got the vasectomy. He
Mhm.
have his two kids already. He don't want no whole bunch of kids all over the place.
Okay.
So him get a vasectomy. I do agree with you on the fact that if a man is telling a woman that he don't want children.
That woman
Or
should
he
be
don't
doing
want them
that
with
woman
her.
should be doing everything in
The
her
minute
power
a
to
man
not
tell
do
me
to not
that,
have one for him. She should be doing everything in her
SOUFLOTV,
power to not have one for him.
SOUFLOTV,
Yeah.
SOUFLOTV, the minute a man tell me that, when we in an intimate setting, me I go get turned off and me not go on deal with him again. Period.
That's unless you are do it for your baby though. Cause
No, me in my mind,
eh,
if you don't see me in a way to even bring a child in the world for you, me and you can't be in no relationship because eventually
that's if you
I'm gonna
want a
want to
child,
have
right?
children.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you want a child. That might
I'm
sound
gonna
good coming
eventually
from a
want to
man.
have children.
That might sound good coming from a man to a woman who she herself don't want any children either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. But
But
it
if me
won't
start
sound
dealing
good.
with you and you start telling me, oh, you don't want this and you don't want that,
Hmm.
and you know, in this and you know that, but you want spread me wide all the time and do all the things for those things to happen. No, you can't do that to me. I'm cool on you.
So
So
what would you do as a woman if you're with a man, right?
I would stop talking to that person.
Okay. All right then. That's what I'm saying. And it's simple as that. As simple
I
as
would
that.
stop dealing with that person
And it's simple as
because me
that.
don't want to slip up. Me don't want to slip up to happen and then him blame me.
And then you know argue for the rest of the picnic
And
life.
then we are gonna argue for the rest of the picnic life.
Yeah, how
And
much
then when the picnic come now, he might say, your mother fault, she did this
right.
and she
And
did that.
she trapped me with you.
Right. You don't
Yeah.
want no accident happen. If you say you don't want none, we can't do nothing together.
Right, that's all.
Period.
That's all I've been saying.
Never go back in that trap.
All right, my friend. That's all I've been saying. See, some women will look at it like I'm blaming the woman. No, I'm telling you how to protect you and how to make sure you bring children into the world that have a balance to them. Cause them father want them and you, them mother want them. These are wanted children, right? That's all me tell you for know. And you control your womb. Yeah, that space there is heaven. That are your heavens for control. And no boy not supposed to be able to like get no baby out of that when him a tell you all time mouth say him no want none from you. So that right there is a pet peeve of mine that I see happening, and it's happening more than ever before. No, right? The video triggered me. That's why I said it. The guy was cussing her out, me I tell you, and the baby sit down right there. So. But when him reached the part where you trapped me, you trapped me. I said, damn, I forgot to say something about this. Because as much as she was trying to make him look bad by captioning the video, is this how a real man treats a woman who just had his baby 9 months ago? She's not listening with the man I said. I always told you I did not want a child from you. I always told you I wasn't ready to be a father. I did not want children, period. And you trapped me. Yeah, him could have used condom or him could have vasectomy or him could have fly go to heaven and come back or him could have chop off him own teely or him could have do a million things. But the point is he told you him no want picnic. And you gave him what he didn't want with your womb. Then that's how you just use your womb frivolously. Your womb don't mean nothing to you. So yeah man. And I blame victim, we are trying to make stronger women. Right? King Big says, but that is when you communicate and have proper reasoning with your partner. It would be heaven or hell. It depends on the viewer, says Audrey. Karen Doty says, yeah, a true Audrey. It could not be heaven or hell. It depends. Karen Doty said my friend man told her he didn't want kids and she got pregnant and she never saw, wait there, and never saw the kid. He's almost 30 now. You see? And I know of situations like these, right? Trap the girl that try to trap me with picnic. Tell the woman say me no want no picnic. She over she can raise them by herself. It happens. It happens. I know Yo, all I'm saying is, if I should put myself in the position of a woman, you better be, cause you couldn't get no youth from me if you're not one of them when joyful and happy when me say me pregnant. Or before even that, you have to look it, you have to want it, you have to show me say you want them. Else I'm not have no opinion with you. And I wish more women did that. I'm gonna use this example before we switch topic into something else, right? Remember how we talk about, cause I love watching documentaries, you know that. Remember, and the Animal Channel, Animal Planet is one of them. That's my favorite. And I learned that the female lion, the lioness is very selective. The lioness is so selective with her womb that the wrong mate, if the weak boy who can't fight and defend him pride, if the weak boy that try mate with her in mating season, she will fight to the death. This is nature teaching you to value your womb. She will fight to the death before him mount her and breed her. So you're not gonna be no lion rape around here. We dying. You have to go bloody her up, cut her throat. She'll fight to the death. I said, wow, I didn't know that about them. And when the right man, the right lion comes around, she chooses him. She watch him. She choose him. She say, yeah, that's him. And when he approach to mate, she humble down herself and take him. Yeah. And she can take him one time and she good. She gone off, belly full of picnic. She gonna have him come. But the wrong one comes, she will fight the wrong one to her death. He have to kill her. And I said to myself, when I learned that, if only women were like that, we probably would have a better species of people. You know? Live on the air with SOUFLOTV. Good morning.
And so
Yeah,
I
Father.
was just merely giving a next sense to the story because for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say I'm perfect, but I make wise decisions because for me can give you a real personal information about me. My last baby, which is about 16 years old to be, that man, my love of my life, no more alive. But anyhow, let me share this with you quickly. That child came through protection because I wasn't ready for a baby. He wanted a baby, but it's my womb and I'm protecting it because I said I don't want any child until I'm married. Did I tell you that we had intercourse with a condom on that first? Yes, there was a decision to go and buy a morning after, but I said, oh, maybe nothing is wrong. I'm not ovulating. But guess what? That was destiny for that child, his only child, to be here to fulfill his 10 years that he had left on earth. I have no regrets about that. As I said, since me being
So wait there.
material,
Him did want the child?
of course, we are talking about
No, no,
man
me
go
that's
down on me and beg me not to come by the morning after.
okay. Well, I'm on
That's
but that
no,
me
but
I
I
said
was
to
in a flip side to the story
okay.
and saying that man can make wise decision as well.
Yeah, man,
No
me get
one
that.
can
Me get that.
do
It's
a
a conversation
so
with
I
two
mean,
sides. I get that.
yes, I was just being devil's advocate. So
Right,
I
right,
mean, so I don't look on one side of the story.
right. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I can tell you that. So I mean, a woman, yes, we need to make wise decisions. But as I said, that was what I was saying, playing devil's advocate, even next side of the
Right.
story.
And the important thing about that is the way you are playing devil's advocate, there are a lot of women out here who that is their sole belief. I ain't really
Because
protecting me because he's supposed to protect him if he don't really want to have. And I'm trying to tell them, say, are you a womb? Are you gonna get stuck with the
yeah, I think
responsibility?
it's wisely because I'm not for Dick Tom and Harry, yes, for Dick, maybe quarter a time. But look here, if I watch your attitude because I don't just go choosing anybody for things. And I'm saying the fact that you told me that you don't want children, I respect that. And I can understand that. And I'm going to respect your decision. So I would not let you get me pregnant. But for me to say, I am pregnant, so you by an accident, and you told me that you don't want me kidney. I mean, I'm going to do, God forgive me. You know what I'm gonna do?
So you say like in
I'm
the
gonna do.
situation where he wasn't taking precautions, you weren't taking, or you all were taking precautions and say, you know, a condom where I work with, but condom bust.
Yes,
You know, and I
yes.
one of them situation there. And him look on you and say, boy, me no want it to know.
No, that's not because you tell me say they want none, and that was just your fact, straight or truth, and you have to accept truth. You know, rather you come to me and tell me the truth than tell me lies and me find out that hurt me more than ever.
All right.
No,
At
I'm not
that
just
point,
tell you that.
at that point, the horse gone through the gate, you know. But like me say, if I was a woman, God would have to forgive me because me not bring no thing to no man we talk about him no want it. Whether it was
Exactly.
before
And
me
I'm good
breed
with
or
that.
it was after me breed, for him say that, that is it.
Yeah,
Mm,
definitely. I mean, I agree with you. But
mm.
as I said, it comes down to decisions and choice, and both are adults. So we have to make wise decisions. You know why don't pick me? Tie up a sit just like what Mary Mrs. just said. Cut off him. Cut your man would not honor no one day, but the woman must guide them through. What I'm saying,
No man, you
decisions
go
and
back and
choice.
forth with the thing. You go back and forth with the thing.
No,
Me want you understand this, right? I want you to understand this. I want you to understand that at the end of the day, there are 100 different things that you want the other person to do and they could do or whatever. But the woman is the one who carries the womb. Therefore, she is the one that will be stuck with going through birth and giving birth and baby developing inside her. And then she'll be stuck with raising a child on her own with no support, all these other kind of things. And a child that has a father that don't want no parts of this child. So instead, so forget about what the man should do or could do and he could snip it or whatever. You as a woman be conscious in your mind to say, I will not bring a child into this world to a man who does not want a child because I don't want my child to be a child that don't have a father or a father that doesn't want them. And right there, so. And right
yeah,
there. Yeah. No matter with the other part. We know what man can do. We know him can snip this and wear condom and do that and all that. Oftentimes they don't. So if you're protecting yourself, then the issue is you're the one that controls this. If you are doing what you're supposed to do, this can't happen.
we're the whole of the university, yeah.
Yes, this can't happen. Nobody depends on no man to fix nothing or hope the man will do the right thing. 'Cause that's where we go wrong. You know what I
No,
mean?
yes, that is true,
Right.
yeah.
At your space, you protect it. You protect it and you
Definitely,
grant access to it. You choose who gets access
yes.
to it.
I rule my destiny. So
Yes.
definitely so.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
power.
Power. I rule it. I control it. So
Exactly.
nobody does. So nobody nothing can tell me to carry a child what they no want.
Right, that's all.
Mhm.
Right there. All right, my friend.
Bye.
Manners.
No.
Yeah, man. All right. So if you want to, let's see. Hold on there. Live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, Sofa. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
Good. I just wanted to chime in real quick.
Mm,
A lot of what you said I agree with,
mm,
because we are the ones who carry the life, put our life on the line for life, etc.
mm-hmm,
But let's make something also very clear.
mm-hmm.
Every man should know babies come from sex,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And they do
So
know.
okay, so if once you know that and you engage in it,
Mm-hmm.
even with protection, there's a possibility of getting a woman pregnant.
We all know
So
that.
so they also have to keep that knowledge
Mm-hmm,
when they're moving forward. So there's no such thing as I trap you. If she did not rape you,
mm-hmm.
she never trapped you because you went into having intercourse knowing this is how people are created.
All
And
right.
there's always listen, always a possibility
Mm-hmm,
a human being can be created
mm-hmm,
from doing this.
mm-hmm,
Now, put that to the side.
mm-hmm.
Yes, as a woman, I know that the burden comes on me. You're at this unfair disadvantage. You're going to carry the load, and we have to be vigilant. But it's not just one side that is responsible. There's two sides. And what I don't understand, we're in a generation where men are talking about, oh, the women need to submit. I'm a leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader. And when it comes to family, when it comes to these kind of situations, all of a sudden they want to abscond this leadership.
No,
And
no,
they
no,
say
no,
that
no,
they
no.
want to
Don't
be
do
in
that.
place of,
Don't do
and
that.
the woman is the woman
Don't do that.
of they're the victim. It's true.
Don't know, because
Tell me then.
you just twisted it right there. Because
Tell me how.
that's why I used the example of the lioness choosing which lion to mate with, and if he is not that she desires, if he ain't the strongest out there and he is not the bravest, she will die fighting him, so he
Yes.
can't mate with her. Okay,
Agreed.
so and it is with this same vigor and ferocity that I am trying to tell my sisters to guard their womb. It is,
Agreed.
we can all sit here and say a man should know this and a man should know that. We all also know a lot of stuff that we should do that we don't do, and a lot of stuff that we do wrong when we know right? So it's human nature to always do wrong, I guess, then, or don't leave it up to somebody else.
No,
That
I
is
agree.
just
I
something
agree.
that
No,
is
I agree
that
with
is
you.
just
I'm not
something
saying
that
that.
is way too important.
It's
Now,
too
as far
important.
as
I totally
leadership
agree.
goes, as far as leadership goes, not every man is a leader. Just
I
like,
agree with that too.
right, not every man is a leader. So a man that
Yeah.
is going to run from a certain level of responsibility is clearly not a leader.
Clearly.
Right. So you gotta breathe for somebody who is not a leader, then
No,
expect them
no,
to lead.
wrong. That's wrong. That's stupid. You're stupid.
So
Right?
so
But what
back to
I'm
the
saying is,
original now. I said this is
mm,
a man that told the woman ahead of time, I don't want any kids, I don't want any from you, I don't want any from anybody else. I'm not ready to be a father. Don't want any children. Nip that in the bud right there as a woman and say,
agreed.
I will never have children with this man, and I will
Or
do
don't even have
everything,
sex with the man.
and I will do well. Let's be for real. Sometimes the strokes are good and him a work with the right length and you like him style and him smell good and him beard look good. You know, do it for all kind of reason. Not necessarily because you want a child from him. So you can say, I'm gonna have my fun with him, right? Like we talk like big people. Now I get to me, I get out tight. Just know say no picnic now. Come out tight. So me I go guard up myself in every way to make sure I don't have a child by this guy, not by accident or anything else. Do that. Just
agree.
that. And then
I
then
agree.
that the rest of the conversation wouldn't even exist.
I agree. But
Right.
at the same time, when you said the guy's like, you trap me, I don't believe in no woman trapping a man because she had accountability, right? And my mother told me from a child, and I carried it into adulthood.
He knows that sex brings babies. So if he
Okay,
was
so then
doing
he's not
sex and
trapped.
baby came,
So
then
then
he's
you
not
know
a trap. I agree with that too.
You're not a child.
Yes,
You
I
don't know
absolutely
child.
agree with that too.
Okay.
But
All
just
right.
for the fact that he told her ahead he didn't want none, she should
She
have
should
guarded
have,
herself.
yes, guarded
Right.
herself to
I like
protect
to put
herself.
my
Agree with
sisters
that.
ahead of the curve. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. But it's an
Yeah.
idiot man that though.
Yes, and you get too,
And the
right?
thing is, there are a
Because
lot
we
of
all know
idiot
how
man out
this
there too
happens.
though.
Agree.
Yeah.
And the woman life mash up and the poor child life mash up.
All right.
From the time I was a child, my mother said to me, and this is what took me through life: choose a man to be your children's father that you would want as your father. That right there, she told me that I must have been 15, 14.
Say it again.
Choose a man to be your children's father that you would want to be your father. So when I was younger and I was, looking and seeing what's going on because I wanted to eventually get married and all that, I would look at a guy who's going on a date. Would I want to be my father? That's what I'd ask myself. And I was like, hell no. And that's it. The first and last date. I just get turned off.
And it guided your decision. All right.
And I'm going to tell my daughter the same thing. And I hope the women here use it and tell their daughters the same thing. Also for the men, choose a woman to be your children's mother that you would want as your mother. Not because her body big and the skin stiff and the face pretty and she choose a woman. If you were a little boy, would you want this woman to be your mother? Once the 12 we do that, we set. And the community is good.
All right. I'm riding with that 100%.
All righty.
Yeah. All right. Manners. Okay. I dig that. I'm the one feeling the pain, so I'm guarding my womb, says Dorothy T. Yeah, man, we are trying to put the woman them ahead of the curve, man. Yeah, and you know, I whole heap of idiot man out there. You know. I'm sorry to say it, and I'm not a panderer, so don't expect me to ever put men down to gain women's sympathy or likes and whatever. But there are genuinely a lot of idiot man out here. Let's switch this conversation up a little bit and show you something. I'm watching a video yesterday, right? It was a couple that was arguing. So the wife said she wake up her husband and was him fall asleep on the couch. And she wake him up and she was like, hey man, you can't be sleeping in the middle of the day. You know, I know you just got home from work, but there's stuff around the house to do. Why am I the only one that's cleaning up the house, cleaning up after the kids, washing dishes, cooking, everything, and you just get to come home and just lay down on the couch? I kid you not. I paused the video. I never want to hear any more of the conversation yet. I paused the video and I said to myself, if her only job is to run the household, like they have an agreement where he's the breadwinner, him go work and everything, then the man tired and him work 12, 14, 15 hours, him come home, him want to sleep, right? When him get up, him will help you with what him can help you with. That would be fair. If this woman go work, just like you go work, and come split bills with you, she have 50-50 the bills them, you have 50-50 the work in the house as well, right? I said to myself, if that's the case, I wouldn't want my daughter with a man like that. It's funny that Voice of Reason just said, choose a woman that you would want to be your mother, right? The nurturing, caring, loving, tenderness. Choose a man that you would want to be your father. For the woman, the protector. He gets super aggressive when, if him feel like you're gonna get hurt or anything like that. Real provider, them kind of defender, them kind of something that at the same time he's able to guide you humbly through stuff. All right. The same way me look on that situation there, I said, shit, if that's my daughter, I wouldn't want her to be with no dude like you. So my daughter must go work, just like you go work. And she a work 8 hours a day and you a work 8 hours a day. But when you come home, you get to cock up your big foot them and snore. Oh, I'm tired and she must now run after the picnic them where she give, make sure picnic beard and clothes change and make sure kitchen clean up, your dinner cook, this, that, and the other. She go work just like you. And she pay the same amount of bills where you do, but she have all that extra work there. I said, that's a no. That's a no. He actually told his wife, film it. Film this conversation and put it on Instagram and let the crowd talk to us. And I said, and hear him in that background, I tell her, you're going to be embarrassed after this. You're going to be embarrassed after you post this video because a lot of people are going to tell you that you're doing what you're supposed to do. No. No. If the woman is working just like you, equal hours, paying half of all bills, you splitting all the other work too, bro. That's only right. Otherwise, she's gonna be, you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna be overworked, burnt out, and she won't even have time for you. Like the stuff you require and desire from her, she's not gonna feel sexy for you when she look for you. She's gonna feel burnt out and tired. She'll run around and do everything else, and you helping with nothing. Right? Right. You saw it too, Justin Brown? Yeah, and he was telling her, you're going to be embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed. Put it on Instagram. You'll see. You're going to be embarrassed. And I said, I'm glad she put it on Instagram because I have a message for him. And I typed about a paragraph over there. If you look under it, you'll see my comment. I typed a paragraph over there. And it ended by saying, would I want my daughter to be with somebody like you? That is a hell no. Not a regular no, but a hell no. Right. She's going to be, yes, Duo the unicorn. She's going to be resentful, but she's going to be resentful because she's tired and she burnt out. She human. You expect her to really go work outside of the house as much as you work. Then she pay all of the bills them like you. Half up everything. You didn't give her no cushion. You didn't give her no kind of comfort for her life, and then she have to spread wide to you too. Oh, come on. So, like I said, there are men out there who think a certain kind of way, you know. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning.
Good morning, SOUFLO.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm not bad. Are you good?
Yes, I can't complain enough.
Yeah, thank God.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you're still on the topic about men and getting children,
Mm.
that is why I hate rapists. Because when a man forces himself on a woman and rape her, she doesn't have the wherewithal to protect herself if she's not on birth control.
Yeah, that's true. Hold on there. Let me tell you something. You see the R word there? You might, if you float through social media, you might find out people say oranges and grapes, and them use the word grapes instead of that because platforms like these flag that, and they will literally flag this whole video because that
Okay.
word was said, and the conversation was because there are a lot of people out there who have been through something like that. So when they randomly
Okay.
buck up in a that word being used, it
Yeah,
triggers
it
them in a
trigger
certain
them.
right.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
don't let you use that word just so,
Okay.
right? But me understand where you are saying, and that's the reason
Yeah.
why we all hate that type of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah.
So you have anything else to say? Are you done?
Yeah, so I said no, and then if this woman go and get an abortion, or she can't help herself and she wants an abortion, people is blaming this woman. And that's the type of woman who I said she didn't ask for herself to be violated like that.
Yeah, but that's an adverse situation, though. Yeah, we
Yeah,
and a lot. We were talking along the lines of couple,
yeah.
consensual.
Okay, okay,
All
couples,
right.
okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Have
my
a
friend.
great day. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that did far out there. We're not talking about them kind of something there. Yeah, we burn fire upon all of that. We're not even a conversation upon that. There is no wiggle room and no room to have no argument as far as that is concerned. Audrey says I'll do all that plus cook and clean and sex and bathe picnic and iron and wash. Me tired already just you're tired already just to talk about it, not true? And now imagine having to do it. And are you alone that do it? And this man cock up in Bigfoot them a snoring at the house every day. Every day. And then him get good sleep and you can't get no good sleep. And you have to wake up and leave a morning just like him. Nah, sir. Me not like wash, but I'll iron everything, feed the family, and do all the work around the yard. Yeah. Yeah, not true, Marvin? Yeah, so I know every man think the same way, ladies, and at the same time, you have to choose wisely. You have to choose wisely before you end up in a one of them situation there. I couldn't believe that the man was actually telling his wife that she's going to regret putting the video up because everybody I gonna tell her said you that's what you're supposed to do, duh. And I did see a few comments in the comment section that said, men, marry a woman that wants to be a wife, that enjoys taking care of the family. That's all good if that's what you have her doing. But if you have her at work, just like how you are work, and she have to get up or run, go catch bus or drive through traffic to reach work and clock in and do hours and then come back home and still do everything else by herself. That's a different. You trying to live somebody else's life. You know who should get that? The guy whose wife don't have to worry about the bills. Him get that. His wife don't have to worry about the bills. He should get that, right? And even then, but I him should I get that. But you're not that guy. He wasn't that guy. She said it in the video. She said, I work just as much hours as you. I just got home too. You can't be sleeping in the middle of the day when look at the house. It needs to be cleaned up because the kids them I guess their kids play and they're small and dash everything all over the house and all this. And she try cook dinner, she clean up and she situate this one and go bathe that one and do. And she was like, come on, Michael, man. You help me. Teamwork, my friend. Teamwork. Audrey says, don't take advantage because that is what expected of her. Not true? Yeah, but in their situation, that should not be expected of her, though. Even if you're gonna expect that of somebody, it should be of somebody who would not have to worry about the bills. And even then, still, Audrey, don't take advantage of her because she's still gonna get burnout and do all of that too. So you jump in and do what you can do when you can do. You know what I mean? And she should respect, say, yeah, him have certain things handled that I don't have to worry about. So I do a little bit more on the left that he does all on the right, etc. You know, teamwork make the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's it. Anyway, we're moving right along. Let's see what other topic we have on the table. We could run through the, yes, we're gonna go through the squash something. I don't really want to talk about the LA protests too much, except for say a couple of things. So I'll say a couple of things in passing, and then we're gonna blow through the promoter something and leave the squash something for last. Dancehall Artist Squash was set up, and I really sat down yesterday and I really went over some stuff and I compiled this much of information tells me he was set up. I'm gonna blow your mind with this piece, but hold on. So the protest that's happening in LA, right? That ends up looking like a riot because I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw cars burning. I saw police officers getting punched in the face. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, you will see yesterday I posted a reel of one white man punch up 3 police officers, thump the police woman, her glasses fly off her face, right? Three white police officers, of course, and one white guy, and all 3 of them was trying to like handcuff him, and him punch the police woman in her face, her glasses fly off her face. Him punch one of policeman in a film face, him bend over like this to catch him face. Him thump the next one in a film face, him let him go, and he goes running down the street. And I said, if that was a black guy, he would have been dead right there. For the fact that he punched a police woman in her face that hard in front of 2 policemen, they would have pulled out their guns and used it. You know, sir, not one of them even pulled out a mace, a pepper spray, a stun gun, nothing. Them take Tom, and then the man run away, and they ran after him in slow motion. What's going on out in LA looks crazy. So President Trump has brought in the National Guards first. Then I saw people running around with big signs that says National Guard, LOL. Like, we ain't scared of no damn National Guard. And I told you all yesterday, I said when I looked at the National Guards, because in the army we call them nasty girls, right? Weekend warriors. When I looked at the National Guards, they don't look like the real soldiers. They don't look like active duty soldiers. Anyhow, it turns out civilians aren't scared of them out there. Them run go make sign, and the sign say LOL, National Guard, LOL. Like, this who you send for what they supposed to do. So he upped the ante and he sent in 700 Marines. These are not National Guards. These are Marines. But I don't know if these are Marines from a reserve unit or these are active duty Marines. Either way, they're Marines. 700 more to help the National Guards. It's getting to look like what I think it's going to be. Because the people them said them now stop protesting, they're not going to stop fighting, and the fight's building. So, the governor said he's suing because they pulled up a video of Donald Trump during the election period when back in 2020, I think it was, when he was campaigning, when them have the debates. And in that debate, he said, that is unlawful. You can't bring in the National Guard as a president without the consent of the governor of that constituency. It is unlawful. And then, they're like, well, this is what he's doing today, because the governor of California did not approve of you bringing in our military against our civilians. So you are doing something that you absolutely know is unlawful, because you said it before that it's unlawful. So he said he's suing Donald Trump. In the meantime, Trump's message is this. He said, y'all can stop wasting your time protesting all this. They're getting deported regardless. He said they're getting deported regardless, no matter how much you protest. So you can save yourself some energy and go on home. And this morning I woke up and a couple of the people who were out there protesting were caught and arrested and deported already. That quick. That quick. They caught them out there, arrest them, and deport them already, fling them out of the country by morning light. And of course, you know, people are advocates are like, where was his due process? Did he even go through a court to find out if he was guilty or innocent? Listen, this is under the Trump administration. They're not playing. And you can sit there and say, that's not right. But guess what? You're going to be saying it from another country. And here's the deal. Anybody who has been deported before can tell you that once you hit the other side, it's virtually impossible to get them to work with you to come back to this side. I was just surprised that they actually grabbed some of them and dipped them out of the country already. So they asked this morning, how come some people already got deported so fast? It's been like 24 to 48 hours that the uprisings happened in LA. How did they get deported so fast? The head of ICE said, well, these are probably people who already had a deportation order, but they were hiding from us, or they were not honoring their deportation order by showing up to leave or self-deporting. So we just expedited them because the order was already there. So we're really just fulfilling an old order. No due process. None. I don't think some of these people, because there's a lady and her husband who said, the husband says he don't want to show his face because he's not legal here, but his son had paperwork in, and his son's been living here for years, and his son didn't have no deportation order, and he didn't even get a phone call. Which brings me to what I said to my audience yesterday. I said, walk with your ID on you, because you might get into a situation where you won't even get to make that one phone call where you would have said, Mom, go in my room and pick up my wallet and my dresser, please. It have my green card in it, or it have my driver's license, or my whatever in it. Could you bring those, or bring my passport, please? They have me down here at this facility. They don't believe that I'm legal. You might not get that one phone call. You might be in another country before you can actually, where are you calling from? And you tell your mother, say, I'm calling from Guadeloupe. I'm calling from Mexico. I'm calling from Honduras. I'm calling from Ecuador. I'm calling from, how the hell you reach there that fast? They just picked you up yesterday. Well, that's what it is. He dipping them out fast, fast. I'll close this off because we're going to be short with this part by saying this. Again, elections have consequences. Yeah. And I hope the Hispanic community do two things. I hope, for one, they finally have a conversation in their families, in their communities, about their genuine dislike for Black people, because that's what cost them this election. And for two, I hope they realize that they too could be treated a certain kind of way. They voted for this. So me not have nothing to say. They literally voted for this after the man told them that this is what he was going to do. What do you have to say? Nothing. So we're sitting back. We're back to grabbing the popcorn, drinks on the side, and we're watching this Netflix series as it unfolds in real life. I don't know what episode this is, but it's getting turned up right now and looking pretty interesting, right? Charlotte's Law says, Charlotte's Law says, my protest day is done. Don't be out there. Don't be out there. And let's reiterate the message we put out yesterday. It doesn't matter if you were not born here and you have a naturalized citizenship, don't be out there. Okay? They have ways where they can classify your behavior out there or the group of people you were with as a terroristic group or a threat to national security type of thing, and you need to be gone from the United States of America. And before you know it, you're losing your status that you have. So don't be out there. Mind your business and let what is happening unfold. We're going to be here to watch it. Moving right along. Let's talk about Trinidad, Vybz Kartel. We don't really want to go too far into that. All we want to say is that the Trinidadian promoter of the concert, let's see if we could pull this up. The Trinidadian promoter of the concert that Vybz Kartel was supposed to perform at is now saying that his life is in danger. What me did say? What did I say from day one? I said, don't make them Trini people that hold you. That's and I was joking, but they're Caribbean people. And I know, when you run your big scam them, if the people them hold you, it could turn out bad. Trinidad ain't really too different from Jamaican people. So the Trinidadian promoter behind the failed Vybz Kartel concert is now claiming that his life is in danger. And there has been a big uproar among concert goers in Trinidad who feel like they were robbed. They were fleeced after they bought these tickets to see Vybz Kartel headline that show, which was the One Caribbean Music Festival concert last weekend, and he did not show up. The promoter, whose name is O'Dane Anderson, head of Jacko Entertainment, has now come under fire from the dancehall legend and from the Trinidad government over the failed show as concert goers demand a refund. Earlier this week or last week, Cartel already made his video stating that it was a breach of contract and something that was done wrong on the part of this individual, their entertainment company, not his. He apologized to the Trinidadian people. The Trinidadian Ministry of Trinidadian Ministry and Finance have since launched a probe into the concert dispute. Among these ongoing backlash from ticket holders and from the artists themselves, Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku raised concerns over the foreign currency payment amid these ongoing. We've already talked about that. They're concerned that $1.35 million is a lot of money. Where the hell did that much money come from? Are they involved in? The funny thing about this is the person who said that his life is in danger, his face is on the front page of the news. And I'm wondering to myself, like, if the man say his life is in danger, I didn't know what he looked like before. So if I was a regular person and I looking to hurt this man, I just figure out what him look like now, because them just put him on front page. So if any time they needed to hide his identity, it would have been right now. You know what I'm saying? He's getting death threats. If you see the big high definition picture they put up of the man, it's like the clearest picture ever of anybody. I'm starting to think they don't mean him any good. SOUFLO, I can't hear you louder. We all vote for the. Oh, I thought you were saying you can't hear my mic. Yeah. We gonna vote. Yep, they're getting it. So the brother said he's looking at a lawsuit. He said he's speaking to lawyers and looking to see what he can do to rectify the situation with as far as the artist is concerned. For those of us who were having the conversation earlier, if Vybz Kartel gets to leave, with the $950,000, did y'all know that one of the collaterals that they put up was 3 apartments? 3 apartments. We're talking about bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, everything. 3 luxury apartments they put up as the last half of his payment. It was supposed to be for collateral. They would have signed over the ownership of those 3 apartments to Vybz Kartel, and he would hold the paperwork, the ownership deed, whatever, to those 3 apartments. And then when they paid him his money, he would sign the paperwork back over for the 3 apartments back to them. That was one of the deals they put on the table. This is how bad they wanted him there. And he said, no, I don't want all that confusion. I want my money in a lump sum up front. That's it. And, you know, the problems from there. But for those of us who are wondering if he gets to walk with the 950,000 US dollars, well, the promoter said he's left in a hole financially, and he's talking to attorneys trying to figure out what course of action he could take to see if he can recover some of that money. So apparently, Cartel made off with the 950,000 US dollars. I know a lot of people are saying, damn, he should have given back the money because he didn't perform. But I don't know where to sit with that one. We're just not gonna say nothing. The money gone, the promoter out have a lot of money, and he might try to get back some of the money. I hope Vybz Kartel give the money back for the sake of Trini people, says Duo the Unicorn. So Duo, you hope him give the money back for the sake of the Trini people, right? Which would trickle down in a way like this. If he gives that money back, then they would be able to give back a refund to the people who paid and didn't see him, right? Right. But check this out. The promoters did some slick stuff. The promoters did some slick stuff. Live on the air with SOUFLOW. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
I'm all right.
So wait there, bro. The artist gone with the money. The 950,000 US. They've got all of the money, bro.
So, but we all know that his influence and his advertisement, that's what sells the show.
Yes, he used this image
Yes.
and likeness.
So they do make a lot of money of online, tickets that was purchased online.
Right.
And almost 90% of these people, or even could say the 100% that fly in to go to that show is because of Vybz Kartel.
True.
And the country benefit because, as I said, people rent Airbnb, hotels. People live from Canada just to go to Trinidad.
True. True.
So the country still benefits based on the fact that it's because they all say that they didn't buy these expensive tickets to see like Chronic Law or Sizzler.
Right.
They wanted to see Vybz Kartel.
True.
So the country make a lot of benefits from it. I mean, people buy clothes, do year, whatever it is, buy rent cars and all these things.
So wait, hold on. So where I think the promoters went wrong is when they went ahead with the concert. You see, if the minute they realized that Cartel withdrew from it and then Sizzler withdrew from it, if I were them, I would have closed the gate. I would have closed the gate and I would have said full refund for everybody. Then you probably could have said to the artist, say, listen, because you weren't here, we shut down the venue, we canceled the event. It looked bad on us because it's a huge event. We sold a lot of tickets, right? So if you give us back the money, we'll refund the people and we will rewind this and do this another time at a more convenient time all over again. We'll pay you the same 1.35 mil. But this time we'll have your money up front already. They could have made that deal, but their mistake was this. They put in their fine print at the ticket place that the concert, if the concert goes on even without the headliner, which is Vybz Kartel, then no refund will be given to the people them. And the people them came and the concert went on with no cartel. So legally, they can actually get away with not giving the people a refund.
Yeah, I think there's something there because although we hear 1.3 million, 1.35, Carter said because they know the guy and tell in manager said they give him a blind and give him a discount. So that 1.35 million is even a discounted price.
Yeah, because he said out of his 950,000 is where there was supposed to be another 100 and something thousand that went to his legal team. And Cartel said he paid that out of his own advance. That was the break that he gave him. Because
Yeah, I think the promoter them, because I've been saying in promoter pass date of date and but what I'm realizing is that something wrong with this promoter. This promoter maybe just not having but no, I mean deal is a deal and when you sign an agreement, it's an agreement. And if you fall
you don't hear where Trinidad police about the promoter.
why
The, the Trinidad police said that that promoter was one of two men who were caught, believe it was sometime last year or a year, some time ago, with hundreds of, I think it's 900 and something $1 million worth of drugs. So this is what triggered the investigation because now they're thinking, where did all this money come from? You know, the bus that we did before, is this money being laundered and is this individual still into this kind of business? Is that business a front for something else and they're laundering money through it? Because you know, if you launder money right, you're going to say, bring in a Vybz Cartel. And you're going to say, 3.5 mil me pay him and write that off, right? That's how money laundering goes.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Right.
But I don't understand these people that say cartels to give back to people their money and this crazy thing when you sign a contract and you have to fulfill. It's like these same persons, they'll never go on the site and work the half price when they are and say, yo, you're gonna pay me 7,000, I'll do it.
Right.
So the promoter falls short. The promoter should have his money put aside instead of waiting on the shoot to sell enough money so he can find the money to pay. These promoters always do these
Always do that. And not only that, bro, this is Vybz Kartel you're talking about. He could have easily booked another event and for probably equal that amount, and you cost him that because he committed to your event.
Yeah.
Yes, and lose out on some sure money trying to do business with you. So you have to compensate him in that way as well.
Because even with CJ Miller, we know she have our money up. So she gonna pay Cartel, so we won't have a problem like that with CJ Miller.
Right.
Because and then I noticed from earlier out here, me noticed me not see Mad Sus them on the plane or Sean Storm or even Kyle to say that he was gonna be
heading to Trinidad.
Yeah, and I didn't see any movement from any of these people.
See.
That's why I know something wasn't right.
Yeah.
So what you think? Cartel, if you give back them their money?
Give back what? Give back what? The money gone already, bro. You know, you ever said the man made his time. You inconvenience him. Him probably give up. Here I saw them the business in the US. This money is non-refundable if you do not meet your deadline. Nobody miss your deadline and then talk about could I have a refund because I didn't get any service done. No, we reserved that slot for you, and we could have given it to somebody else and get sure money for it. But you took up the slot, so no, you can't get no refund. But Jerome, listen, that's a whole heap of money, bro, to lose at one go. I never get a performance all time. That a whole heap of money, that's one. That hot like buck to.
No, I mean, they said you play stupid games to win stupid prices. They're so unfair.
That
I
had like
believe
you
that
buck your toe
he
up
was
on
playing.
both side of your foot. One time.
He knows that something was going wrong.
Yeah,
And as I said, he should have canceled the concert.
up front
But
from
I think,
before.
yeah, he knows. But you know what? For some reason, I realized that Cartel did come out a day before I sent forward.
Mm,
Wait until like maybe 5 hours.
5 hours or so before. Because
So
he
that
was
means
trying to
that,
give them a chance to work it out to the last minute, not true?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my talk about say make your out. I worst thing I can tell I know Jamaican. Yeah, man, make you all out and make you this. And then,
That first thing I say, I say, what Cartel are doing 3 apartments at Trinidad, but them not like we. That doesn't like the man already. You hear your prime minister telling about when you come here, don't speak to the children, don't go on our radio, don't go on with TV, go and go do your show and left the island. Like when me I do that with property, that's hostile environment for me. That's
no,
not a collateral.
from we hear that about say make you 3 out, you know say something suspicious.
Yeah.
It's like when I just came here and they said we win $10 million, but I said, why don't you just take the insurance fee out and send the rest come give me? Why me have to pay, you know?
The sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah, why? Oh,
But big up yourself, sir.
all right, my brother. Manners and respect.
All right.
Say it. Yeah, give back for what? It gone already. Me feel sorry for promoter though, but hey, it's a lesson to be learned. Boy, that hot like buck toe, that hot like you buck you told them. All of you told them about one time. Hold on then. One more call and then we go into our questions and then last of the morning. Live on the air with SOUFLOTV. Good morning.
Morning, my general.
Morning,
Blessings.
family. Wagwan.
Boy, I'm devout.
See.
Hear me thing now. Let this be a lesson. And not just for Cartel and for entertainment and talent. But let this be a lesson to Caribbean people. Because we have a thing about we, we put people on work, you see? And we don't know where money come from. Trade man, everybody.
True.
We have the habit there all way.
True.
You see, and we don't have a discussion up front to say, yo, I saw the things stay, the funds weak, and I saw it go.
True.
Now the challenge is that Cartel, the American house, American, the American law. Now the business when me work, them have a thing there, liquidated damage. You see, anyhow a man not finish your work, I'm making the deposit. And then complete first. If you not complete the deposit before the time start, that's how I go. And the other part, on the other side now, and the whosoever is doing the work, if they not deliver the work by a certain time, like in a mile field, we start paying, they call it liquidated damage. So you know, you deliver, come put in your thing. Or a man if you come put in your window your yard and him not deal with it on time. You see? And him not have a reasonable thing for something there. To say this hour. Then him need to start pay you, because you have loss of use. You know, but here the thing now. How me look on it is that with Cartel, he would have to start getting team together. And you have a thing, another thing named opportunity cost. So you just mentioned, him could have have the opportunity. So you have to recognize that. So it's not hard for that person to get him money back. That's one like challenge. But as I said, don't put people on work if you don't know how your money is.
I agree. That's a hard lesson to learn.
Yeah,
don't
hang your basket.
You can't reach it.
Blessings. I run. Me now say me I go run back in our chat, but Jerome, I'm gonna say why? You can go walk sideways, go in our chat.
All right, my bro. Manners. Yo, I saw. That's a hard lesson to learn, boy. That's a 950,000 US dollars lesson to learn. It's binding like a Donald Trump prenup. You're not getting a dime back after you. You're not getting a dime back after you sign. Hold on there. All of Donald Trump wife them left broken up. I'm have to give them a stipend after. Yo, yo. But yeah, at the end of that is that. That sucks. That sucks. Here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna run through nine question, get to know each other type of questions, and then we're gonna get into the squash thing. Why I'm gonna show you why I know now that squash was definitely set up. Uh, bef- Before we go into let's go into the 9 question stuff. Start out with the first question. Everybody on board, right? What advice would you give to your 10-year-old self today? Today you are standing in front of yourself at 10 years old. What would you say to yourself today? To your 10-year-old self today? Go on your bed, go pick up your book. What you said to your 10-year-old self today? I'm gonna need about 2-3 answers for each one. Then I'm moving right along. So I need an active audience. I know some on the type slow like I know type with no toe. I no toe them. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Long time don't hear that saying. Work hard in school. 5-6-3 say. Keep studying. Karen notice. Same thing. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curse says invest earlier. Audrey says, allow yourself more grace. Don't be so hard on yourself, right? Right. All right. All those are valid. All those are valid. I'll take those. The next one is, if you woke up with someone else's body, how would you convince your family or your loved ones that this is you? Cause you wake up this morning and you wake up somebody else's body you're in. Everybody in your house are gonna say, stranger in here. Me feel sorry for you know have a gun in the house and a shooter in your house. And you wake up in another house there, you might have to run and skip gunshot, but you wake up in your house today and you are somebody else, you're in somebody else's body. How would you convince your loved ones that this is me? I mean this. What is it that you would do to convince them that I you this? BM says think positively, work hard to achieve something in life. All right, we get all of those. Where you do to convince them say I do this. You know what? If I woke up in my house and somebody like me in there, and we wake up in a different body, the first thing me I do I run away from the house. Cause it a go bad before it can go good. I just tell the husband to try out the pumps. I said I want you to have muscle memory. It's like I like them comfort cushion there. Well, muscle memory. Wait there. They will recognize my voice. It says BM. All right. You cook a pot of food, let's go on TV. Then will I know you by the cooking. 5-6-3 says, I would say it's me, A2 sexy. That I must see your code. Reggae girl say, I can't wait to get big. That's what you said to yourself. It get better, stay strong. Ask question that no one knows. You're true, man. The taste can't miss. Eh. Try out the poems. Here, Audrey was. All right. The next one. If you could magically become suddenly super good at anything, what is it that you would want to choose to be super good at? If you could magically become super good at anything, but you have one choice, what is it that you would want to become super good at? Suddenly, magically, super good at this one thing. What is it? Mervyn the Point, Jamaica. Okay, my Audrey talk. Lana Davis says, I will tell them you remember when your grandma give me this thing, so they will know that's me. All right. You would want to become super good at reading people's mind. Damn. Audrey says maths. Maths. At this age, I want to become super good at something where I go pay me. Marvin the Point Jamaica Curse says make money. See? 5463 says an engineer. Denise Sparks says keep loving your dad like I did at that time. That's what you tell your 10-year-old self. Missy Brom Brom says greatest investment agent ever. That's what you want to be. All right. Angel V says nobody would know me. Now I need a thing. You want to become super good at removing evil from people? Marie's message 411 TV. And Nisha says, I want to become super good at how to become rich. Me, you, and Mervin up on the same page. All right. What evil job or deed do you think you could be really good at? What evil job or deed do you think you could become really good at? I just the grace of God, or I just through you try to be a good person while you're not really, really good at this. But if you did decide to be evil, what evil job or deed do you think you could be really good at? Them question ya. Nobody don't want to be evil. BM says a snipper or a sniper. Mervin the Point Jamaica Curse says a hitman / investigator. 5PO63 says being a judge. Evil, a judge. Kaz Robinson says super good at predicting the future. Denny Sparks says start cuss about the mess in the bathroom. Well, I guess no evil people are in here. Me not gonna say what the evil thing is. I could be really good at. We don't want nobody judge me. Which is scarier to you? The ocean or space? If you can go down into the ocean or you can go up into space, which one is more scarier? You have to choose one of the two. We're leaving today. You have to choose. You either go to space or you go down in the ocean. Which one are you not choosing? Which one is scary? Byfield says the ocean. Audrey says the ocean. BM says none. BM, you can't stay here. You either go up or down. You can't stay here. It's ocean or space. Karen said, me too nice to be evil. S. Diva says the ocean. The ocean, none. Space is more scarier. You know, me feel like say if me get on a trip to space, I would probably lose my mind while I'm up there. Like just start freak out. Live on the air with SOUFLOTV. Good morning.
Good morning, SOUFLOTV. What is my darling?
My good family, how you doing? Your phone so loud, man, but your voice a crack up like my microphone here this morning. That's what the people are saying. They say the microphone a crack up like roach in it.
So your microphone roaching.
No, I mean, you alright. You did get back your bamboo. You did get back your bamboo.
No, just an apology.
You get an apology?
Yes.
Oh, but you never get back the bamboo.
You get back the bamboo.
Oh,
and I want to say what's going to come to
you have to go get one new one.
Yeah, not come to we get the bamboo. We get the apology and we get one. Yes.
All right, we can't really hear you, so we're not going to keep it too long.
So, yes, sir, I think yes, so let me see.
You know, so we can't really hear what you say because with the phone gone bad now, you know.
Yeah, for now, so me understand.
All right, now you sound good when me hear you say I understand. You say on my phone, mash up. Are your
Yeah,
phone?
me understand.
Are your phone?
Certain, sometimes you see,
Mhm.
we have certain, and then we are agree. I have phone that. I
Alright.
have phone that. I have phone that.
Ah,
Okay, take care of me, darling.
all right, take care of yourself here.
So probably the answer to me now.
All right, family.
I love yourself.
All right. Yes, the love is real. I love you. Me, I try me. All right, take care. Yeah, hang up. Me have to hang up.
No, but me think me need hang up.
You think you need hang up? All right, have a great day. Yo, you're still there. You need hang up, but me think me need hang up. Yo, Earl a good boy, man. Earl apologize. And I remember say last time we talked to her, he live knockout pass. When I say Earl slapped down the live with the bamboo stick. Hey, what's the what's the first social space is scary? I think space is scary, but then again, under the ocean, scary too. Can you can imagine you in? I don't know how people do stuff like submarine duty, right? Submarine duty, you know, if you're in the Navy and you get put on submarine duty and them go how much to feet down underwater, you can't just get mad with somebody and say, you know what, I'm leaving and open the door and walk out. You know, you're under the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, me, I think say I would be so paranoid. I would be so super paranoid. Them the job they enough for people are claustrophobic at all. You want to left and can't left. Hey, all right. What's the first social media platform you ever went on? Let me see something. The first social media platform you ever went on. What was it? MySpace? Jesus Christ. Listen, look on this. That is exactly what I wrote on my paper right here. MySpace. Mr. It was MySpace for me. Let me say Facebook. If you hear the one on there. Facebook, MySpace. No, sir. I'm afraid of water every time I go up on vacation. Me come back. Me I go take swimming lessons. Me only like water when me a bathe. Hello. You figure learn to swim. S Diva. MySpace. MySpace was the jam. All right. There was a city underwater named Atlantis. Me not go there. I think Atlantis is where all the people who have drowned gathered. All right, we have 3 more questions. Here is one of the 3. What is the worst advice you ever received? Somebody did not give you good advice and give you the worst advice. What is the worst piece of advice you ever received? We gone past the MySpace now, Port Royal, underwater too, you know. We now go down this one, neither, you know, King Biggs. The worst advice you ever received. Someone should have said, burn him. Burn him. That's the worst advice someone ever received. Burn the boy. Burn him back. A burn for burn. And you end up breed. And you breed by a workless boy. Worst advice you ever received. Not true? What is the worst advice you ever received? Well, we're going to skip past that one because nobody never get no bad advice. I think the worst advice somebody ever gave me was party hard in your young 20s. That's the worst advice I ever received. Party hard in your young 20s. Audrey, me never see it. Oh, don't start my business. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curse says, don't start my business. Me see that one there. Oh shit. Audrey. Audrey said, Audrey, a problem, you know. Audrey said, make me put the head in. Mr. Bram says, dash from my belly. My daughter, that is now the feather in my cap. Ah, I'm glad you never dash her away. Come out and not no good. You know, come out to no good. What's advice when a woman tell me to buy a purple corduroy? A purple corduroy we're going dance in the middle of summer. And me put it on and she tell me say it nice. And it wasn't. King Big, it was a purple corduroy. Andre, Andre is still shame. Yo, it's slippy. Yo, hey. Remember the time when we go up to the night, I took clothes of Shakira. Shakira tell me to put on some pants and I tell you. They are laugh because we can't relate, bro. After that, I said, no, sir, I dress myself from now. We not pick no one sprang for open dress. You want to see me a bit one of them best. You know, my pants, them were cut off just below the knee. Pants tight like spandex. No, sir. So, Flo, fix up your mic. You know, we're almost at the end. Don't know what to say about the mic. We might have to get this live a rest tomorrow and go figure out these equipment. Maybe it's time to service them. Live on the air with SOUFLO. Good morning. We have to stay steady with the mic. Plug it out. Let's try this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me, yes or no? May I try to say something? Can you hear me, yes or no? Can you hear me, yes or no? Reggae Girl says yes. It's a crackle, little no. Yes, yes, clear. Yes, clear, better. That's weird. Babe, me plug out all of the mic them and them say them can't hear me. See the mic, yeah? But they say they can't hear me better just so. Babe, go on the live and see what it sound like. Let me find out. Mr. Brum said loud and clear. Now me feel strange. I put this over here so to make me feel like something I do sitting. Hold on it. I never used to use mic before. Oh wow. Oh, see mic here, me plug it out completely. And them say, me sound better for true. Me don't sound like that. What would you call this chapter of your life right now? That's one of the last questions. Stop use mic, I use microphone. Jesus Christ, God have mercy. Yeah, King Big. Me don't expect that from Jerome, you know. Stop use mic, I use microphone. Alright, mic, go on there, yeah. Microphone in use now. Alright. That's your mic there. Alright, sir. That's right, that's right. I am using the microphone. Oh, it's on bad again. Alright. She said it's on bad again. You're going back to crackling. So now Windows says the computer. I computer me. started live, my friend. Let's try something. Hold on there. Something about we don't know what. Yes, now it's very crackling. Alright, I'm gonna move this out there. Hold on there. Live on here with the flow. Good morning.
So far, my brother.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to be always said earlier and still, you know.
Yeah.
Means I'm going to do not do the pocket watch and that thing there.
Yeah.
But here I want. Just when I do when I get a new system on the 20,000. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is like a new system.
And that's a figure one.
The new microphone, a new computer, the base computer, and then that meeting will be alright. And that's all.
Alright, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm not too expecting. It's not just getting going.
Yeah, and that's a figure one. And that's a figure one. Alright, no problem. Alright.
Just to send a mic.
Yeah, another mic. And the computer. Alright, sir. Manners. Yeah, it's not, we know now says not the mic. Because that's the same mic that I use for voiceover. It's obviously is the computer. Live on the air with SOUFLOTV. Good morning.
Hey, bro. Morning.
Morning, Thomas.
Kind of waiting. So, something is still on, and it's messing with the frequency.
Something is still on.
Yeah, when your mic, you're going to have to tone down one of them. If all of them is up, it will mess with frequency.
Okay.
So sometimes when you're doing like operation of one and you hear that noise.
Mm-hmm.
So when multiple mics on, it's messing with the frequency.
Alright. So I did have the volume up on one of the computer mic next to the other one. So that could be it.
Yes.
Alright. We'll try to figure it out. Alright. Manners.
Yeah.
Alright. How we sound now? What are we sounding like now? We sound a little bit more decent. We sound better. We can go on. I need a couple of people to answer. Can we go on? Are we sounding decent? Crackling? Alright, so we're going to leave it right after then. So we're now going to do the squash part then. We're not going to do the squash something then. I hate that it has to come to this. So we're going to leave out the part then. Close that down. Still crackling. Still crackling. Still crackling. Still crackling. Still crackling. Yeah. Alright, so. No, we don't know what to do. We have to leave it to it then. Built-in mic. Charlotte says built-in mic. Patty mash up the rotten show. It's Diva every time. I will not be able to find Patty, but every time I'll be here antics after. When my big brother beat me up, my grandma tell me to get big. Yeah, that's still crackling. You ready to contact people? No. You know, ready to tell them? No. That's it. It's still crackling, so. That's weird. Right? Charlotte says no. We're not? We're good to go? I'm waiting on them. I think everybody is listening is at a delay. So some people still answer all questions while some people mama need to start out early so he can cool with the life. Lord, see that look there? Might as well cut the life. Go live later, SOUFLOW says S Diva. Alright. I think we have to go restart computer and all these things. We're gonna leave it right here, so we're not gonna do the squash part. Come on, want to be here. And there's a whole of this. And I don't want to be crackling through this. So tune in later for the squash part, right? Alright. We're gonna leave it right here so for now then. Since it's not crackle so much. King Big so wait. Alright, guys, go on to work. We'll see you later. Alright. I see how delay over here, so how long we put on the speaker? And that one going. Alright. See you later, 5 Big up yourself. Thank you. Alright. See you later. Another respect. As Robinson says, no. Shakira, disable sound. No. Still crackling a bit. Tell them about it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just restart the oil or something.
Share screen. We go in settings and you can get that. I'll give this. Alright, so here one. We will reconvene at another time. Alright, we don't want to do it too much like crackling, because I need you to hear what I've said. So, I'm still here so far. I thought you was going. It's 5 Oh, no. Some people are telling me to end the live. And I'm asking if I should end the live because you can't hear me. I can't hear myself. So let me see what I'm sound like. I'm not asking to listen to me.
I did.
I'm sound like.
It sounded fine, and then you put back the mic and start crackling.
That's true. Angel says it still sounds bad. Yeah, so it's not the equipment for sure. Let me see. Live. I talk to you on sound like, hold on there. Testing. Oh no, that sounds bad. Listen, manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. Big up on yourself. We're gonna do this again another time. Let me fix this first. Can't go on like that. It sounds terrible. Alright? Alright. I'm out. Peace. No. No man, it sounds bad.